Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Knicks podcast. Right now in the background, we got Apollo Reed in the background, waiting for State and possibly Aiden too from the Knicks Community Podcast, man. So we're gonna be talking about the Knicks Summer League. We're gonna give our critiques about what's going on with it and talk about the past, future, and what's to come with these Knicks, man. Without further ado, the Knicks podcast. Let's go for it. What's up? What's up?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Introduce yourself, my man.
I am Apollo Reed of the God Up Knicks podcast. Got the merch here today. You know what I'm saying?
Merch. I like it, man.
Oh, yes, sir. How you doing today, E-Roop?
I'm chilling, man. This is on podcast number 2. I did the halftime joint, man. It seemed like it's doing pretty good, man. I'm trying to get it out there for people to check it out for the regular season. You know, halftime to crunch time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been on it a few times. You know, so it's a fun little thing.
Yeah.
No doubt. Also, shout out to Regular Joe. Regular Joe is a guy that we see on God of Knicks podcast a lot, man. He's first impressions. I was on a pod with him a couple times. He's also a cool dude, man. What's the name of his Facebook?
I think it's Bird. I don't know. I don't like giving out people's personal information.
Well, there you go, Regular Joe. You was like the cool envelope.
Yeah, the frozen envelope. The frozen envelope.
Right.
Group on Facebook.
Yeah, no doubt. Just want to give guys a shout out while they're coming in here. While guys are coming in, just hit that thumbs up button for your boys here. You know, to get this show on the road. We got State lurking in the hallways there. I'm gonna bring State in a second. But I didn't really get to hear from you with everything that's been happening, man. So what are your thoughts on these Knicks, on these young Knicks, and everything that's happening with us right now?
Hold on, give me a second. This is a little unprofessional looking in the background. Give me 2 seconds.
That's all right. I got my drawers hanging out in the background over here too, man.
Oh man, why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
So we good.
Yeah, man. So just like, what's your impressions of these players, whatever? Start wherever you want to start. Because we talked about it like so much, it's unbelievable. So whatever you got.
Basically, from the guys in the summer league, you mean the summer league, just everything in general.
Well, just the impression of the last 6 games that you saw. What stood out to you the most?
Well, Deuce is the first word that comes to mind. The kid's he's all over the place. He's I don't even know what his comparison is. It used to be Marcus Smart, but somebody on Twitter said like they used to say Marcus Smart was his ceiling, but it's actually his floor. So I'm like,
man, people are like, sometimes they a little bit crazy with the takes. I kind of like Avery Bradley, man. Just like physically, right? He's not really. I don't know if McBride is like a straight up point guard, even though he does run it really well. But just like his body, Avery Bradley really stood up tall. Right. Avery Bradley had more bunnies though. I was looking at old video of him. He really could jump out the gym.
I'm not gonna lie. McBride had a inbound pass into a vertical dunk from under the basket tonight. That I was like, oh,
I think that almost made me jump out my socks, man.
Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, man, McBride is my favorite. And even though McBride is my favorite, I feel like Grimes, from what he's been showing us the last couple games, I feel like he's showing us more of what we need, what we're lacking in that sense. So I think he's gonna get a lot more. He's gonna get more minutes than Deuce, just strictly because of the opportunity at that position. But Jericho, I mean, like he's like you know how your 3 kids and you got the baby. He's like the baby. It's like, oh, he's actually good at basketball, and he's actually a lot better than you thought. So you kind of like bringing him up. I'm really excited to see what Jericho's gonna be. I mean, he's an athletic freak. He grabs rebounds, he gets you out the way, he goes up for a dunk, and it's kind of like he just plays the grown man game. You know what I'm saying? And you can see in a few years he's going to be a monster. And there's just alley oops and just the steal shots that they have of this guy in the air. it reminds me of a mixture of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's crazy. It's crazy, but exciting young guys, man. I'm really hyped. And not to mention quickly and Obi, but I'm not surprised. So as for Riley, I didn't really.
Well, they didn't have summer league last year, so I mean, Obi Toppin really got to show more than he's ever shown his entire NBA career, and he's actually played NBA games, so it's
Right.
really nice to see him. But my man Aiden is here too. I'm gonna wait for State to get comfortable because State's in the background too. But we got Aiden.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing?
Good, man. Good to see. Good to see.
I know.
We brought up Mr. Sims.
Crazy hair, but I don't care today, man. That is Knicks win.
Crazy hair every day, bro.
Exactly.
We're
good. You got
it. I used to have hair.
It's Trey hates Trey Young's worst. It's okay.
Yeah, his is pretty nasty, man.
Yeah, it was. I got a really nice view of that, so that was good.
Yeah.
But how's everybody doing? Good.
Chilling, man. We had brought up Jericho Sims just now. I know that's a guy that you really like. What's your thoughts on that kid?
I got destroyed for my Jericho Sims take the other day. A lot of people were coming after me with that, but I like the guy. I mean, I even if him and McBride or somebody goes to the G League, I mean, I don't know. I think it'll still work. I think Sims is a very I think Sims will be a solid backup. I mean, I think it'll be Mitch, Nerlens, and then Sims hopefully somewhere. But I mean, because I feel like Sims and Taj could maybe kind of flip around like minutes there. But I think McBride is looking like our best pick. I mean, that kid could ball.
Yeah.
And I'm just really happy with this young team and where the potential is going.
Yep, we got the dark one here, Mr. State is here. What's good, State?
You're.
I'm not sure if State got his own volume and stuff.
I think it's Bane. It's more of a Bane than a Dark Knight. I think.
Bane.
Hey, what's up? I'm about to transfer myself to a computer though. But how y'all doing, man?
Good, bro.
Chilling.
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm so late.
No.
Hey, man, chase that chicken, man.
The babies ain't gonna deliver them
happy, bro. We got a young core, bro.
Word.
I'm so happy at what I seen at Vegas. I know I've been saying wild, crazy things about Emmanuel quickly, but I love what he was doing too. Like it's so fun tonight. It's so fun to have so much talent at one time. It's just the only thing, though. The 63-year-old coach, and they both gonna be situational. So I want to see how long that could go for.
I mean, you never know, man. Because I mean, like I was saying,
see McBride or Grimes playing a lot, which is good because I know we got depth and talent. But at some point, they look like they could play now. They look like they ready now. I don't know. Maybe it's just more apparent and he's working his magic again. So I'm happy at what I've seen so far in Vegas Summer League from all of them, especially from Obi too, because I think Obi needed it the most. So that was nice to see.
Well, we can fast forward a little bit too, man, because I mean, like these guys, they already showed that they could play right now. So I mean, fast forward to like the trading deadline, that leaves us options to like let's say if somebody does become available, we can put together Noel, maybe a Burks, or maybe even throwing somebody else up in there in the mix because we know we got these young guys that can fill into spots. You know what I'm saying? So later on down the line, we might actually have the right pieces in play because I'm giving Noel the $10 million, giving Burke $10 million. Those players maybe they didn't look at it at the time, but packing them together now you got $20 million. And maybe even add an Obi to that spices up the deal. Maybe even a quickly, and then you can bring a Dame or something like over here. All this is in play now.
I just don't want another Melo trade thing. I don't want to give up all these pieces for, one player, even though it would be awesome to have a guy like Damian Lillard on this team. I don't know. I just say why would we ruin the potential that we've already built so quickly? I guess
Well, it's the excess though. At the time in the middle trade, we didn't have excess. We kind of just gave up the whole roster and we had nobody else behind. But now these young kids, they're playing so well that we can trade the guys in front of them and just move the young guys up.
Right. That makes sense. I could say. I mean, look, I'm all for a Dame. I just don't want to, put all of our eggs in one basket, I guess. But I mean, like I said on Twitter the other day, I'm a Knicks fan who sees both sides of the argument, and there you go. So yeah,
what you're talking about? Dame, possible.
Yeah, Dame.
Dame or anybody. Say like even this guy Cat. If Cat becomes available, because Julius Randle made a whole professional video talking about he wanted to play with Cat. I didn't really understand where that video came from or how that came about.
Isn't that tampering?
Tampering like crazy. I just don't get it.
Happen?
Yeah, it's a real thing. It was Julius Randle and Cat, like both like complimenting each other for like 5 minutes straight.
Yeah, professional video. It wasn't like something like they just fabricated.
When was this?
This was like I believe a couple days ago.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Oh, you know what? All right, family weekend. Toon, shout out to Toon in the chat. If Toon was here, I had family here for the weekend. But yeah, I missed that. I didn't know that. But wow, Cat would be amazing. I don't know how it would happen without some of our precious guys going. I think a trade is going to happen somewhere down the line. I just don't think it's going to happen right now. There might be some slight ones at the deadline, but I don't really see a big blockbuster trade unless somebody like Dame says, I want to go to New York.
Right.
And you got to trade RJ in there. He has to go. Like, that's the only way it's going to happen. So, I don't know. I love RJ. I like Dame. I don't love Dame. You know what I'm saying? I like Dame. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what about the Cat situation? Like we actually have Mitch. Mitch is on an ending contract, so adding Mitch to like a Burke and a Noel, that's going to give you like 20 something mil, maybe even add an Obi to that. I don't know. I wouldn't trade RJ in that type of deal because you're going to need him to play the wing, So then you would have like a Julius Randle, RJ, Cat, You still got Kemba there. You got Rose. Maybe even Rose will get put in that deal some kind of way. Just because these guys have the salary. But if we trade Rose, we still got Quickly, and then we got McBride. So it's not like we losing all of our core. We still have guys that we trust to be in the mix there. So it's just interesting, man. We can't have these conversations unless the Knicks are making the right moves. And up until this point, the Knicks have been making a lot of great moves, man. I was gonna say from 3 years ago, but four drafts ago was Mitchell Robinson. Also the still the word is out about Kevin Knox. Do you guys think Kevin Knox will ever show us anything or be a part of something that's gonna help this team?
No, nope. I don't. That my ship has sailed. I think that he will be very valuable to another team, but I don't see it. It's been too long, and I just don't really. I see a lot of promise from like the 3 or 5 minute highlight reel that they posted of him this year, but I just don't see a way where it's going to be possible for him to be a bigger kind of role or a presence on this team because of everything that's already in place, and Tibbs doesn't give him minutes in the first place. So, I don't really see him doing anything for us.
What do you think, Apollo?
With Knox?
Yeah.
I don't know. Knox is I think his time here is complete. I think they're trying to find a way to make that happen as nicely as possible. You know what I'm saying? They're not just trying to dump him. You know what I mean? They love the guy. I'm sure Kenny Payne, he's worked with him at Kentucky, so they don't want to just drop him off and make him feel like he was trash, but they're trying to find a way to drop him off for sure. But I think there's a lot of things that they're still waiting to happen. There's still dates that have to pass in order for certain deals to go through. So there's a lot that just hasn't happened yet that probably already happened that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with Knox too, man. Like I just don't want to get rid of him for like a second round pick. I just feel like, at this point, like he could be attached to a deal. If we make a bigger deal, so getting rid of him now for a second round pick doesn't really help us too much because we got plenty of second round picks, and we've proven to be able to make trades during the draft and things of that nature to acquire little stuff like that because we squeezed out an extra first round pick in this draft by trading the 19th pick, and then I think we also got another second round pick this draft, and then we did it last year too. So I mean, we have the ability to get those type of things. So there's no reason to just say, hey, Knox, get this, beat it. You know what I'm saying? Get on the next Amtrak out of here and go somewhere else, man. So also too, man, the kid is still young, man. He's like younger than a lot of these draft picks.
I'm gonna be honest. I just don't think contractually there's any way for him to still be on the team with them trying to save as much money as possible on their books. I think they pretty much spent all of everything.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. But if they might try to work out a sign and trade for maybe Fournier to try to work out some more numbers that way, which might include Knox because it just helps the cap a little bit more. So we'll see. I don't know. I just think his time here is done. Whether it happens now or at the end of the training camp, it's gonna happen. I think it's over. I think McBride for sure took every single second that Knox had on this team. It's over.
Yeah,
I agree. And speaking of Fournier, did you see his little comments on Durant today?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Like total great timing with that.
Yeah, and he responded to Danny B today too with the Marcus Morris gif of him hitting I think like Troy Brown Jr. or something with the basketball, that crazy game.
Really?
But yeah.
Oh yeah, they were talking about the number because Fournier is going to be playing with number 13, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's scary. It's kind of scary because like Joakim Noah had 13. Morris. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
Mook was good. He's a good 13.
Don't get me wrong. I love Mook. I love them on this team, but the Joakim Noah thing just gives me PTSD. I'm telling you.
You gotta like smear that one off. Act like that didn't never happen. Actually,
are we still paying him?
I forget he's even on his team until people bring his name up.
Yeah, are we still paying him, or is that over?
Was this the last year for that?
I'm not sure. I think this year might have been the last year. That stretch provision, man. Thank God for it, man. But I mean, how much money did Phil Jackson pay that dude? I feel like we've been paying him like the last 4 years or so.
So much.
Tune said Marcus Smart reminds me of Deuce McBride.
He paid him 72. He paid him 74 million, I think.
Who you talking about?
Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah.
Oh my God! Why are we doing this? You see how I like erase these things out of my memory? There's certain things I can't live with. Those are one of those things. The entire Joakim Noah ordeal. The first thing Phil Jackson did was Lamar Odom, bro.
Yep.
And then he never played a minute on the roster. Like, what is going on here?
Yo, Lamar Odom was straight out the freaking rehab clinic on like over there in freaking East Harlem or whatever. Just picked him up off the street and said, "Yo, man, get in the car, man. I got a job for you."
He still had the gown on when he pulled up to the arena, bro.
Yo, he still had the wristband, the freaking hospital wristband on when he picked him up, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, that ain't right. That ain't right. Phil was just giving money out, bro.
Yeah, flowers in the attic, man. Crazy.
Yo,
what do you think about this take, this Deuce McBride take? I'm saying that most people are always saying Marcus Smart. I mean, we did talk about it, man, but State is here. Do you think that's right, the Marcus Smart thing?
This that was an inside joke. We were saying that me and him were saying that Deuce McBride is better than Marcus Smart, so we're gonna start saying that Marcus Smart reminds us of Deuce McBride. He was saying it the way around. Just to be funny. But I said it earlier. I don't know if at first he was the tough defender that's the biggest comparison that you would have to him. But outside of that, I think that Deuce has so much more to his bag that Marcus doesn't have. It's hard to even compare him. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion on that.
Deuce McBride, he remind me of like prime Avery Bradley. People say Kyle Lowry. I'm not gonna go there because it's summer league. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I like the comparisons though, Marcus Smart, but he plays. I think he could play on the ball. I think Marcus Smart
can't really
like
he's awful, right?
You get what I'm saying? So it's like him and Deuce McBride when he's at point guard, the ball moves.
Yeah,
I say
he's not scared to shoot that
he's
ball
not,
neither, bro.
No, he's fearless. I really like that kid. He's gonna be really good.
And the dunk he had too was great. He's got hop.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
His coach, what his college coach said, he's like he doesn't know anyone that's worked as hard as no other player he's had has worked as hard as Deuce has. And I'm just like that says a lot for someone who's how long has he been the coach there?
A while, I feel
like a long ass damn time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Deuce is one of those guys that fell to us at the right spot. I think that was a blessing.
I agree.
Nobody's talking about that either because everyone's saying that we passed on Sharif Cooper. But I mean, how many players passed on Deuce McBride? Deuce McBride should have been drafted like way early in the first round, man.
Speaking of Sharif, who put him on clamps tonight? Who put Sharif on clamps tonight? Sharif was like, "Yo, I'm about to get out of here." You seen him whispering to the guy on the bench? He tried to say it on his drain. He was like, "Yo, I'm about to get out of here, bro." And the dude was like, "Yo." Then you ain't see Sharif for the rest of the game.
I think was it Deuce that forced him to do an air ball?
Yeah. At the end of the first half.
Yep.
Put the clamps on that cat.
Yeah, I love it. Yo, Deuce. And you know what's crazy? Tibbs got them boys picking up 94 feet. That's what I really love too.
Is that Tibbs or is that just because I know Quickly did that last year alone? Like I don't even think that was part of the play. He just liked to pick up 94 feet, and it looks like Deuce just likes to do that too.
Culture.
Yeah.
This is why you pick these guys. This is why you draft these guys. Mm-hmm. They do it off instinct. Like you don't gotta teach that. Like exactly. Like it's certain skills and stuff. Man.
Yeah, I was walking back to my house like during like I think the first quarter. I just read the box score. It's like Deuce McBride misses a 30-foot three. I'm like, what? It's just the fearlessness. I appreciate it.
He doesn't care, and he's gonna take any challenge. I mean, it could be a LeBron, and I can see him like, I don't care, like whatever,
like a Frank thing where you like push.
Right. Not that he's gonna be able to guard him. Not that he's gonna be able to guard him, but
I'm banning all.
It's a wound. It's a wound.
I'm sorry. I'm banning all Frank talk.
Listen,
man.
we got it.
Frank, no more. We ain't doing no more Frank Ntilikina. I'm going die hard right now. I don't even want to hear his name.
I made my last post with that guy. I did a podcast on him. That's the end of that. I ain't talking about that cat no more.
Listen. I'm gonna see the comparison. We got the comparison. It's him. That was Phil Jackson. That was Phil Jackson's doing, and then David Fizdale's doing. It's Kevin Knox. I know that's your boy. That's your boy Steak, but he's Quinn Grimes, bro. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the dude. He's doing exactly what we've been wanting Knox to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's summer league, but it's just
when have you seen this much promise from summer league of any young player?
I've never seen Knox put the ball on the floor as much as Grimes put on the floor in the 4 years as Knox has been in the league, and just the 6 games that I've seen Grimes playing in the summer league. I've seen him put the ball on the floor more times than Knox has.
Yeah, I think Knox's confidence was just shot after Zion stripped it from him. I think that was the end.
That rip and slam. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah,
that hurt.
I say this, Quinn Grimes, he's a way better defender. He rebounds the ball well for a guard, right? And I think today he had 26, 6 and 3, shot 10 for 17, 6 for 12 from 3. And he had 28 the other day. So he's been balling. And I see the potential.
Right.
Got a little bit of Michael Rad in him. You know, one of them old school guards. he got an old school game to him. He ain't really flashy. He know what he wanted to do when he get the ball. He knows before he get the basketball, like, yo, I'm gonna get a ball up. Or he knows he's gonna shoot. Like I like that about him. But defensively, he fits well with the system. McBride fits very well with the system.
So well.
And we have to I think we all gotta applaud for Walt Perrin. That was an elite pickup, yo.
Bro.
That might have been the best pickup.
Yo, we traded down.
Yo,
look at that. Look at all the times we traded back
Mm-hmm.
in this draft.
Yep.
And we still got two amazing players.
Yeah, we got the ones that we wanted. You know, that's
You
the
know
main
what I'm
thing.
saying?
Yeah, we didn't draft for potential or draft for development. We saw 4 guys, you know, because add Rokas to that, the kid that we got from Europe. I thought he was decent too, but they got the same temperament, they got the same mentality.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have to quote unquote use that word development ever again with these guys, man. These guys, you know, State already said it. We all said it. These guys are ready to play right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not something they need to learn. These guys can straight up. I trust them right now. I trust them, you know, right now. And another thing too is that I didn't see any of these guys arguing with the refs.
Yeah.
You know, they're emotional. There's no emotion in these guys. They just playing ball, and whatever happens. They let their play dictate what's happening. And that's what I love. That's what I love about what we're seeing with these guys.
Yeah. That's something that I love to see with these dudes, is not to let the refs get into it, because you can't control the refs ever. I hate when I see people get into it with the refs every game. You're never gonna control the outcome of what the refs do. So,
Nope.
What do you think?
So it's another factor as to why Randall didn't, you know, fare well this season as well. So
always complaining to the refs. That's the one thing I don't like about Randall. Just let it rock.
Yeah. Then he had his boy too. You know, Bullock was right next to him, complaining right with him. You know, and then you know, it's just a bad mix. But now you added all these rookies in here now, so it's something that we don't have to teach them. You know what I'm saying? So the bench is always going to be calm. You know, on the bench. So and RJ don't complain to the refs. You know, so this is the mentality that we trying to build. It's like Tom Thibodeau and these guys are like the police department or something like that. It's like an aptitude test. It's like a certain personality that they got. Every single guy that we drafted since Leon's been here. You can even take it back to Mitch. Like I was telling Apollo, Mitch got drafted like 4 drafts ago. You know, you know, Knox is still Knox potentially could have been like that. But there's something wrong with that kid. But the point I'm trying to make is that RJ's that guy, Mitch is that guy, you know, Quickly is that guy, you know, Deuce McBride is that guy, and Grimes is that guy. It's the same mentality, same you know, DNA in these players, man. And I think this is definitely what, you know, gonna show what you know, in the future, like how we build and stuff.
Yeah, Deuce McBride just said in his post-game interview, he said, "I thought I played well, but I'm never satisfied." So
sounds like Tibbs.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah,
sounds like Tibbs and me. He sounds like he's been studying Tibbs tapes, bro.
Yeah.
Tibbs,
yeah, like it could be his illegitimate son. They all sound the same. Even Grimes too. They talk to Grimes, and Grimes is saying like, yeah, blah 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 blah. You know, just like, you know, they just don't. They're not saying things that we're used to, like rookies saying. You know, they're just like. You know, already like in midseason form and stuff. So it's the leadership that these guys have, you know, naturally in them, and it's just the ability to get better. They don't need anybody like you know, telling them how to do it, or we need to get a certain player or a certain coach in here, or this, that, and the other. These guys are already self-made kind of players, you know. So, like I said, you know, we are really building something here, and it's incredible. We got to give credit to everybody, man. You know, Browler, you know, even the dude that we had in the front office that we got from OKC.
2 seconds.
You know,
who? I know you're talking about. I forgot his name. He was one of the late picks, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about the guy in the front office.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was one of the late pickups from the front office. He wasn't one of the early guys.
Right. He helped us get Kemba. You know, on the low.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he okay.
No, you good.
I was gonna say he got like the inside, you know, track with the guys that are in there. That's why nothing was leaked. You know what I'm saying? So there was a buyout and nobody knew about the buyout. You know, and then the next thing you know, Kemba Walker's on the roster. There's definitely credit to the guys that we have behind the scenes working.
Yeah. and you gotta have that kind of stuff behind closed doors. You know, like the Johnny Bryants of the world. You know, I'm sure there's relationships that he has, you know, in different front offices and guys that he's worked with and worked around. Like it's good to have. They're assembling an amazing staff, man, and it's just from top to bottom, every single position. A lot of these guys don't want to go. I think Woody only left because he just spent a lot of time in his league, and he probably just had enough. And you know, it was a chance to go home to his alma mater. Like it was a
great
perfect,
opportunity.
yeah, perfect timing, perfect opportunity. I think if it was any other college, he'd still be on this Knicks team right now. You know what I mean? So I think these guys really like what's going on here. I think there's good energy. No, there's no messiness, no drama, no noise comes out from the front office and the decisions that they're doing. And I'd rather it that way, honestly, than the way it was before. So that's just me.
Yo, State says it all the time too. There's nothing in the clubs. You don't hear about these guys in the clubs or doing anything. You know, right, State?
You
I
on
don't know
mute,
if State.
bro?
Yeah, he muted himself.
Yeah.
My bad. They don't get in trouble. RJ don't get in trouble. None of them. They good. They good. And I think I just seen a tweet with Deuce McBride shooting line was like 51% from field goal range, 47% from three, 88% from the free throw line during summer league Vegas. Like I gotta commend those guys, man. I can't even complain, man. I think this season is gonna be good, man. I wish they could play, but you know we got Derrick Rose and we got Kemba, so this is probably the first time for me in about 8 years where no 8 no 7 no 8 where we had good point guard play. Probably the first time in like 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully inconsistent point guard play because even if Rose and Kemba's, you know, they magically get hurt, knock on wood, um, and they both out at the same time, we don't really have to worry because we already had quickly. We started games at point guard last season, and we got Alec Burks, and we got McBride. So I'm not really worried about the point guard position. This is probably the first season like in a long time where I'm like, okay, I ain't gotta worry about a point guard not knowing how to shoot a mid-range jumper. It's been tough watching Albert.
Bro, oh my God. Listen, man, I think you gotta feel like we went through all of that for a reason, bro. You gotta feel like we had the longest point guard drought in
Alexis Shee.
And oh wow, Tony Douglas. You know what I'm saying? Chris Duhon, bro. Like we had the worst assembly of starting point guards of any franchise in the NBA, bro.
And you know, not to bring this up, but you know that Carmelo Anthony trade, we traded for what it did was we traded our picks, right? We got Carmelo Anthony, and then to appease Carmelo Anthony, we went out and traded more picks, and we got Andreas Bargnani, and we could have had a chance to draft Jamal Murray, and we would have been had this point guard situation solved years ago. Well, we had a chance to draft Jamal Murray. So
I'm gonna be honest though. There's another move that always flies under the radar that nobody speaks about. That was to me diabolical in the Knicks for no reason. When it comes to a franchise that's been starving for a damn point guard, when you amnesty somebody like Chauncey Billups, like why the hell would you do that? Like I don't care what contractual you had in your mind, bro. Like you can't have Carmelo Anthony here and then not have a starting point guard with playoff experience with him. Like you can't.
Telling James Dolan that? How you gonna tell James Dolan to let Amari Stoudemire? You know he wasn't doing that,
bro.
You think he was going to amnesty Amari?
But now look. We are seeing now with the moves that Brock Aller is making that there's ways around doing that. I'm sure that there was signing trades that they could have done, all kinds of things that they could have done under the cap, over the cap, all kinds of stuff that they just weren't educated enough to know about. You know what I mean?
So somebody wants to hop on. They're not having it with the Chauncey Billups takes.
Yeah, I can see him.
Yo, but I see it, bro. Chauncey, I'm telling you, Chauncey, I was mad, bro. I was mad. You don't amnesty Chauncey Billups, bro. You don't do that.
And then who did we amnesty to get though? We went and got Tyson Chandler, who I'm still pissed off at Tyson Chandler, because I mean I felt like he was like the biggest waste of time in Knicks history. Because I mean, like we just talked about, we got Carmelo Anthony. You can't get Carmelo Anthony and not get a point guard. And Chauncey Billups still has stuff left in the tank, and he can like quote unquote could control Carmelo Anthony and Amari. Like who else would you want as point guard besides him?
But see, and then they go on and they make a move like they made Raymond Felton and Jason Kidd, the starting point guard, in his last year in the NBA. If he could, and you see the season we had with Jason Kidd. Now, if you can put Jason Kidd as your starting point guard next to Carmelo Anthony and go deep into the playoffs, why wouldn't you put a younger Chauncey Billups next to Carmelo Anthony, who he already had experience with? You know what I'm saying? It is a floor general. And you know what I'm saying? It's not like they amnesty. I think the only thing that happened that series that really hurt them that year was when KG had kneed him in his thigh and he had the bone bruise and he couldn't play for the rest of the series. And then that was it. That was the last time he was gonna play.
Which year?
The year we got Chauncey in the Melo trade. I think it was a game versus.
Sure? Amari ain't punch a fire extinguisher yet?
No, that was the same year.
Don't make me remember that.
Come on.
It's too many bad memories and stuff with that. All that stuff, man.
But you gotta go through the pain to get to the glory. Golden State, a prime example. It was good in the 90s. Run TMC. I think that was their nickname. They
not even in the 90s. That was the 80s a little bit. That was like the end of the 80s. Yeah, maybe I think it was only like 2 seasons too.
So you draft you get Tim Hardaway, Mullen, like come on, yo, Mullen, and you get those 3 guys, you play them together, right? It take them like 30 years, like 20 years to find a Steph Curry in the draft. Then it takes the right coach. They get Mark Jackson in the building.
Well, Steph Curry's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, but you gotta get a guy who believe in your talent and give you the ball. So he met Mark Jackson. That was a match made in heaven.
Yeah, but I mean, Steph wanted to come here.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like early in his career, like when you get a guy like Mark Jackson, who's played the game of basketball, who was a point guard, he could think the game through. He could teach that. But he was the culture setter. He started that culture, and then Steve Kerr, the better coach, not the culture setter. He's just a better coach offensively. He just opened that offense up, and it was ball game from there. But it just sometimes it takes the right coach, right draft pick, right time, right trade, and they got Iguodala too. So
yeah, but even before that, like Tricky Nicky, he wants to get him, but I think there's like something going on with the stream here, so I don't want to drop another guy in the stream. But he mentioned Latrell Sprewell, but even that, they had Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? They traded Penny Hardaway for Chris Webber, and then they traded Chris Webber the next year. You know what I'm saying? So we got to put that into context. That everybody's always talking shit about how bad the Knicks run their organization, but look at Golden State. You got to tell the whole fucking story. They had Run TMC, they messed that up. You know what I'm saying? They went and they drafted Latrell Sprewell. They had Tim Hardaway Jr. They messed that up. They went and drafted Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? One of like the greatest power forwards to ever live. You want to talk about top 5 power forwards to ever live? You know, and see Webber.
He like top 20.
He ain't top 20, man.
He top 20.
He's not top 20. If you want to say 15, you know what? You know, who can you name 19 players better than Chris Webber at power forward?
Power forwards?
At power forward? Nah.
19 power forwards? Really?
Nah.
No, I'm asking you.
I could think of like 10 right now.
Nah, and
that's better than Chris Webber?
That might be it.
Chris Webber.
That might be it. Yeah, but I mean, I play him in my top 15 power forwards ever. Yeah.
Let's
not get it confused.
Yeah.
The man is a terrible announcer, but he could ball, man. He could definitely ball.
Yeah, he could ball. He could ball.
Yeah, I mean, but his stats is like definitely 20 something, 12 points, 5 assists. He definitely got like 2 blocks a game. You know what I'm saying? Still got like a steal and a half a game and stuff. And he shot the three, from time to time. So and he's an icon. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I guess that's a podcast for another day. But the point I'm trying to make is just that like franchises, even talk about his other franchise, Sacramento. How much what a travesty that freaking franchise is. You know what I'm saying? And then like, but everyone, yeah, to this day, man, they haven't won since Chris Webber was there.
Nope.
That 2001 Kings team was one of my favorite teams of all time.
I mean, Mike Bibby was one of my favorite players of all time. So
yeah, I love Mike Bibby.
He's jacked now, Mike Bibby.
He looks like a Transformer. It's odd, but yeah, that's another podcast too.
That too. And it was built. That team was built perfectly for Chris Webber.
Doug Christie. You had Vlade Divac, Pager. I love that squad, bro. We had Bobby Jackson off the bench. I love that squad, man. I love that squad.
It's a lot of old time. Like you know who our team kind of remind me of a little bit? The 2004 Pacers. A little bit. A little bit.
You know what? My team kind of remind me of now, especially now we got Kemba. They kind of remind me. And I hope y'all feel me on this one. They kind of remind me of the Blazers when they had Damon and Rashid.
I feel you.
That
we can go 10 deep just like them.
Yeah.
2000. All right, I can see the comparison. Cause you got a lot of athletes over there, man, and you got Randall. It's gonna be a tough out. But Thibodeau, you put these minutes. I'm looking at other teams and how they the minutes that's played by the players in their rotations, and it's like, yo, they got at least. I seen the Atlanta Hawks in the minutes distribution. They got like 5 dudes who playing at least 25 minutes or more, and that's not even. And I'm not even counting Trey, and I'm not counting Collins. They both play 30 minutes or more. They got like 5-6 people. He
has more incentive to play more guys this year though. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't not play Grimes, you can't not play Deuce, you can't not play.
How you gonna play him?
No, well, I mean, you gotta give them at least like 5-10 minutes a game. I think because if you look at it, guys like Frank and Knox only didn't play because they didn't earn those minutes. It's not like they were playing well and they didn't give it to them. So,
I think they for sure can get minutes. There's gonna be ways that they can get minutes. Like Grimes for sure, shooting guard, back up to RJ. Yeah, that I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
speaking of,
go ahead. Well, I was gonna say with the minutes, right? Like just like if you're a basketball player playing 2 to 5 minutes a game, 10 minutes a game, that you don't really get no rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And then also too, like your main guys too. Julius Randle, we want to keep them as close to 30 minutes as possible. And you hope that Obi Toppin can give you more. RJ the same way. You will hope that Burks and these guys will be able to keep those minutes down, especially for Kemba and Rose. You gotta help those guys out too. But after that, now you got Quickly in there and all this. So there's a lot of guys that need the minutes to be more consistent. Like they need to be in the 20s. These guys just to keep that flow going. You know what I'm saying? So having to squeeze out like 5 minutes for these younger guys every game. Unless it's garbage time, I really, it's not really, they can't really get like a rhythm.
Right. If there's one thing I noticed is if they don't get it, it's because they didn't earn it with Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just really where it lies. If they don't go out there and earn it every night, you know what I'm saying, and don't just go out there throwing up duds, then they're gonna get the minutes. And I don't think they're gonna get minutes over anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but there will be minutes for them, especially when guys get hurt, especially for Deuce. He's got 2 point guards in front of him who have injury history. So you know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna have some games where one or two of them are out, and he will be playing around 20 minutes that game. So that you can look forward to that for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have their moment in the season to like show off or whatever. So that brings to my point about the trade stuff. Like if let's say if McBride and Grimes do get their chance and be like, yo, we're like playing really well with these guys, but now Burks is back or whoever's hurt, say Kemba's back. So now that these guys got to go back to obscurity, because now all of the 10 guys that started the season, those are the guys that were working good. So they weren't playing bad, so you're not benching them because they were playing bad. They were still, in the rotation. So if these guys come back, then the young guys got to go back into the hiding, got back into the shell again.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
That's for sure. I mean, I don't think there's any minutes consistently for Deuce for a while. Like I said, that's what I said earlier in the beginning, that I think there's more minutes for Grimes strictly because we actually lost someone at that position, and he really basically is taking up for the minutes that the backup two would be getting. Really, actually, not really. It depends on how. I'm gonna be honest with you. He might be able to take some minutes from Burks, and if he does that, I think that it's possible because he plays more defense than Burks for sure.
He can do it because of MSG politics. They drafted him. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Come on, now we ain't going.
That's the point I'm trying to make. If you're taking minutes away from Burks, then you need to trade Burks.
Burks does have. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. All of these guys have tradable contracts, which is why it's okay for them to draft these guys and not worry about how many minutes they're gonna play, because there's a trade out there. Like I said, there's a trade that's gonna happen, whether it's a small minuscule trade, to free up space or something. A trade is gonna happen, and there's gonna be some minutes that's gonna open up for one or two of the young guys, and they're only gonna make that trade if they're sure of what they already have in one of the young guys.
Yeah, no doubt. My bad. I think I just muted Mr. State. Okay. Yeah, were you saying Mr. State?
No, I was about to say, man, I love Summer League, man, because Summer League now gives you a glimpse of what these guys could do. I didn't know anything of Deuce McBride, and I instantly loved that kid from game one. He was my favorite. He's my of all the picks we got, he's the guy. I'm like, yo, I would really like him to play. I would like him to play before Grimes. I think Grimes, he's gonna take a year. He needs some seasoning on his game. He needs some Sasson. I think if teams blitz him, he's gonna lose the ball. He's showing he could play on the ball, but I don't think that would be his role on the actual team.
Nah.
I think they have him playing off the ball. So I would like for him to be ready for that. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. I'm glad that we got to see these guys for 5 games, and now we got a glimpse of what to do.
Yo, this guy Tricky Nicky, he's like dying for this link, man. But the reason why I won't drop the link is because I just don't want to corrupt the whole stream. You know what I'm saying? Because something seems to be going on, but from my viewpoint, so I can't add another guy to the stream. So I mean, we got Andre Jalil here. I got Andre Jalil in there. There's a couple guys that we could put in there, but we just can't add any more in there.
God of Mix is in here. Shout out to God of Mix in the building, in the chat. Peace, Kings.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at the chat now. My bad. OG was barking on him.
Yeah, so I peeped that. I had to mute a little bit.
Burke is a vet though, but you know what Burke's gonna have to do? He need to make sure he got a nice little Bible. Make sure he healthy all season long.
Yo, bro, that's it. I'm telling you,
his spot. I'm looking at his spot like fool.
Because look, you gotta think about it. He's backing up either RJ or Fournier. Now he's good to go down for 5 to 10 games at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, Grimes is gonna go in there and he's gonna have a chance. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do it because he's only a rookie. He might not actually show up, which wouldn't be surprising. But if he does, Burks is automatically a trade piece. Automatically.
Yeah, absolutely, and even Noel too, because you want to talk about Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims shows, what he's been showing now is at least sealing off his position. There was like two plays. Like remember the Sims dunk from today, where Seldon threw the blind pass, almost messed the pass up, but he went back and caught it and then banged it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That was
he
made
almost broke his
possible.
back trying to dunk that.
Yeah, man. But that was made possible because if you watch the play, Sims seals off his position. So when that ball comes out, his defender can't do nothing about it because he already done locked them down. And then when that ball goes up, all he got to do is jump up and get it, and his defender can't do nothing about it. If you want to compare it to Obi doesn't do that. Obi is just like the ball. He's like always begging for the alley oop, but he don't seal his position off.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He don't make it available for him to even jump. Guys are jumping with him. A lot of times they jumping with him and bumping him, and when he catches it, he can't get the lob because guys are already just taking him off his square. This guy Jericho Sims, he could hold his spot, tight, especially with rebounding, boxing out, this type of thing. So I mean, like even if Jericho Sims plays well, now you're talking about Nerlens Noel is food too. I don't want to see Nerlens Noel.
I'm gonna be honest. There's intangibles I see in Jericho Sims that I don't see in Mitch or Noel.
Wait, what?
Word up.
There's intangibles that I see.
What did I say yesterday? What did I say?
That I don't see in Nerlens Noel or Mitch. And it's just simple things like learning how to set a screen, a real NBA screen, a solid NBA screen, and cut to the basket the right way. You know what I'm saying? Not being scared to take a shot if you have to in a last second situation. I've seen him throw up a floater. I've seen him throw him off the shoulder. I've never seen either of those guys do it.
Yeah,
and one thing that I know for sure that he has over Nerlens Noel is he has some damn hands.
Yes.
Nerlens Noel can't catch a damn ball.
No.
He can't catch a ball, bro. I don't care what sport we're playing. He can't catch it.
He like Ted Ginn Jr.
You know what I'm saying? I countless alley-oops I've seen Nerlens Noel miss this year, bro. Countless. How many alley-oops you think Jericho Sims is gonna miss this year? The way he caught that alley-oop earlier tonight, I don't see him missing that many alley-oops.
Tibbs better incorporate whatever Yoshimoto, my guy Yoshimitsu, whatever he important in that offense. Tibbs better do that. I better see some pick and rolls.
Ding.
Well, we got Kemba. Kemba's gonna do that off instinct.
And then Kemba got the beep bop boop, so he can get to the basket. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. At first, I was like Evan Fournier. Come on, Leon Rose. Like you got to do better than that. Then you bring me Evan Fournier, and you give me Kemba, and you give me Grimes, and you give me McBride with an extra first and an extra second round pick. Mm-hmm. All right, we get your chat. I can't be mad at you, fam.
Right.
Great pick.
Yeah, I want to shout out Tricky Nicky again, man. He's definitely helping us out in the comments and stuff. Even though I can't drop the stream to him, but he's talking about that Obi doesn't not Obi Tibbs doesn't run a screen system, which is true. Me and Stay talk about it all the time. He really runs the triangle basically.
He doesn't.
We know that.
We know that. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Like, he does not run it, but Kemba is the kind of guard that will do it just off of instinct.
Yes.
Yeah, if you got Kemba here and you're not running any screens, then something's wrong. Then you need to fire Tom Thibodeau, because why get these guys if you're not going to utilize their strengths? Now, when you was talking about Dice actually ran a play where they did like a little superficial screens, kind of crossing at the top of the key, and then next thing you know, somebody popped open for in the middle for the at the foul line, whatever. So we didn't do that all last year. So that particular play, that's a Kemba play right there. They do a little superficial screens where they cross like that. And then all of a sudden, Kemba's wide open at the foul line, and you can't stop him when he's there. That's a bucket right there. You know what I'm saying? So
screens. Yeah, I see a couple new plays. Nice double screen from the left wing, right, and then I think the center dives and the power forward pops out to three. I see a couple things. I hope Mitch is ready too.
If there's one thing, that we're seeing is that they noticed their weakness in the playoffs last year, and just even during the regular season, and you can just tell by the type of basketball that they're playing in the summer league. They're just launching threes, like, you know what I'm saying. They're just launching them. I think tonight they had 21 threes or something like that.
Something crazy.
Something like that. They're just launching them, and it's okay. Deuce is just putting them up. 18 seconds on the clock if he has to, if he's got the shot. You know what I mean? And just like I said yesterday, that the last game, not the game that I just played today, but the game before, when Selden throws it to McBride at the 3, and he has a wide open 3, and he still lobs it to Obi. Like, that just warms my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of basketball that I want to watch. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think these guys they got some gems. We did it, and we spent less money. We kept sliding back to pick the same guys that we wanted, and we got them with less money. And great moves, man. Front office, we got to shout out to the front office. They made moves.
They putting on a clinic.
They shut us up because the first 2 days we were getting at them.
Yeah.
They shut us up.
Soon it's gonna be a nice little elephant in the room. That elephant in the room is gonna happen in like 2 years from now. So you better love this young core as much as y'all
What's the
want.
elephant? What's the elephant though?
Oh, come on, y'all. You always do this, man. You always do this, man.
The elephant.
You in 2-3 years. We just love this young core now. We're gonna love the young core now. We're gonna experience them now while they're in New York. You know, RJ in 2 to 3 years, RJ's gonna be 24, 25, going into his prime. And yeah, so just love the
that boy gonna take a leap too, by the way.
Who?
That boy's gonna take a leap, by the way.
I need a D-Wade type leap.
I'm gonna be honest. If you just look at, I just think he's gonna take a leap. Obviously, he's gonna get better over the summer. He's gonna sharpen some of those tools. But I think he's gonna have the ball in his hands a little bit more as a creator. Not like more than other people, but just more than last year. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna give him more opportunities. And he's gonna average 20 plus this year for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, just for the simple fact that the defense is not going to keep him anymore. Because you have to once Kemba comes across that line, you got to put somebody. You got to defend Kemba. You know what I'm saying? And once you defend Kemba, you can't leave Julius Randle. You know, because you got to defend Julius Randle because he's going to do what he's going to do. And then you got Fournier over there too. You got to defend Fournier. You know what I'm saying? So guys like RJ and Mitchell Robinson, these guys are going to be fucking wide open. You know what I'm saying? So we have a like a walking cheat code with the Knicks. And then you want to talk about the bench. Once the bench comes in and do what they do, you know. And then, like I said, injury problems. We got all that. We got all bases covered, man. You know, and that's not just like a Knicks fan just talking, you know, out of his mouth. Like legit, you know, somebody looking from the outside could say the same thing about what we're saying about our team.
Exactly, I agree.
I'm just reading Tricky's comments. I feel you. If he's saying RJ's not gonna have the ball more because of Fournier, I understand that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. They are clearly looking to build this team around RJ and Julius. So I doubt Fournier is gonna have the ball, have a higher usage this year than RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? I just think they would be doing themselves a disservice if they did that to themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I get it though. You know, Fournier averaged 17 the last 5 years. You know,
I think he thinks I'm Sliz. The Sliz is the other guy. I'm Apollo. You didn't put the names up today, so that's why he was confused.
Yeah, that's Apollo there from Grotto Knicks on the top right. Mr. State is the guy in the operating table. And then you know, Mr. Aiden down here at the bottom. That's young Keanu Reeves over there.
Yeah, man. Oh, the chat killed me.
Man, John Wick.
Yeah.
They was killing you, man, but it's not really killing. That's love, you know. Once guys start to crack on you in the chat, you already know that at least they care that you're there. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's great. I love it.
All right, so you know, we already kind of talked about the roster in that way. So I mean, like you know, Stacey said the elephant in the room. So what do you think he's like talking about with the elephant in the room?
Whatever it is, Leon does not want him to clearly say. I mean, you know.
Wait, you know, State is the what he said, the Mr. Kang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's Mr. Kang. So he already knows you know, the future. He already seen it already. He already knows. He's paving the road, you know what I'm saying? As they say.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So he says that something's gonna happen. He didn't say what it is. But I mean, like, you know, for real, like I guess he's talking about like Giannis and stuff. So I don't like to think that way. Yeah, I can't put two and two together, but I don't really think that way. Like if you're building a roster and you put stuff together this year, you're not looking 2 years ahead. I think that's in basketball and in sports, that's way too far. Because right now we just mentioned we 4 guys that are like could potentially score 20 points a game or close to it. You got 4 guys in the starting 5. Mitch Robinson's pretty good, and then like we already praised the bench and stuff. So I don't think the Knicks are looking. They definitely had the roster to the point where they can make moves and flip shit. But as far as right now, I think they're looking at they're gonna go on a run. For like the next 2 years, and maybe in that, because I'm talking about the contracts too. We have a lot of 2 and 1 contracts, so definitely after that second year, it will be 2 a little bit. But I don't think that it's specifically we have a guy that we're keying on, at a certain time to change everything that we're doing. Right. I don't think that's what we're gonna do.
Exactly. And when have you heard of a Knicks team that's not only focused on the future, right? They're focused on the now, which is just so, important and exciting. And we have Kemba for 2 years, so if he does super well this year, I could only imagine what the heck's to come with everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, if this year if we thought ahead too much, we wouldn't have been a 4th seed. You know what I'm saying? We would have kicked in a little early, and started playing guys at more minutes that probably shouldn't have gotten those minutes, and lost a lot more games. You know what I mean? But that's why you don't think too far in the future. You got to think about the present and what you got in front of you. You let the Brock Hours of the world think about the future. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to talent, you got to use what you got in the court right now. So that's really what it is for me.
Yeah, that's why they got all those offices and cubicles in MSG. You know what I'm saying? You fill them up with people that know what they're doing and let them just do their job. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I like just thinking far ahead like that. I mean, just to keep the fan base engaged and stuff, you have to do something about the now. You can't just have everybody just like in the like La La Land thinking. See, because I mean, like in this draft, everyone was talking, the Knicks should have moved. Knicks should have moved up. That was like the biggest thing everybody was talking about. We need to put the 19th and the 21st pick together and move up to the 14th pick and then trade that pick and trade this pick so we can move up again. That was like that's all anybody was talking about. But like now, fast forward to what the actual team did. Like now, how can we complain? How can we complain with the guys we got? We got a lot of great basketball players. Not great. I mean, like good basketball players that we drafted the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So there's a method to the madness. Like all this fantasy stuff, it's kind of like a little bit too much, man. For once we can trust our franchise because they haven't done anything bad, in the last 3 years. So everything is looking up for us at the present moment.
I mean, the last bad thing we did. What was the last bad thing? I think the last
the
bad
Noah.
thing we did was no. I think the last bad thing we did was running I think was it the Moutier the Moutier experiment.
I'll allow it. We got RJ Barrett. I'll allow it.
True.
I'm not breaking that timeline, brother. I do it again.
You're right. Yeah. We gonna let Fizz get Moutier right as long as we can.
Every time.
Every single time. just until we get RJ. As long as we get RJ every time, I'm cool with that.
Don't break that timeline out of control, man. Let Moutier get right every time. That's how you win 17 games and you get he's a generational prospect. I'm gonna put some respect on RJ name. Talking about he not a top 125. There's 125 NBA players better than RJ.
We're not even going to entertain none of that. None. It's the flashiness. We already talked about it. RJ doesn't get the respect that he deserves because he's not as flashy as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He can have the same amount of stats as anyone else across the board in points, rebounds, and assists, but he just doesn't do it in a flashy way. So that's why his name doesn't get mentioned as much as other guys. But I think RJ has a long way to go, and I think his ceiling is a lot higher than people give him credit for, just because of how much of a competitor he is. I think he's an ultimate competitor mentally, and he's not going to let something get him down. So I think he's going to be good.
Yeah. I think he's the heart and soul of the Knicks, really. I think he's the battery. He's definitely like the I want to say like the blueprint of the kind of player that we want. just don't argue with the refs. You never see him flustered. You never see him not playing hard. He plays defense. Now just developing his own self. Like in the beginning of that second year, he was in a shooting slump. He went from like couldn't hit the side of a wall, to shooting over 40% from three. So that's a his work ethic, and I think every single player that we have is on that line,
Guarding the Knicks, shout out to him in the chat. He said RJ has that T-Mac grit. You must know you ate in my heart, man. Talk about T-Mac, you gonna give me every time, every single time. Man. It hurts. I'm starting to cry now. Nah, but for real, he has that kind of. He reminds me. I've always said they kind of reminded me of a, that little, that gazy-eyed look that he has sometimes. He does remind me a little bit of T-Mac. Sometimes he does that.
Freaking the Cookie Monster eyes. And you're talking about you can't tell which way he looking.
My man T-Mac. I don't care. Nobody say he could look whatever way he want. He was the greatest player of my time. I don't care. Nobody say.
Yeah, fellas, Aiden, like, say this again. RJ, give me Brandon Roy vibes. Just wait until the handle get
my man. Another handle
get there. You gonna see it a little bit. People who say he's not athletic, when he dunked on Bogey, I ain't expecting him to get that high. That was off adrenaline rush. That's when you're playing in the playoffs and your blood is just pumping. And I ain't think he can fly that high.
Right.
So, watch him next season. When I watched him in the Olympics, he looked 6'7", 220. I don't know what y'all seen, but I looked at a grown man. He didn't look he didn't look 19 anymore.
Yeah.
I saw that in the Bogdanovich dunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was in wasn't that game one?
That was game one. Yeah.
That was game one. Oh, he put it in his chest, man.
Craziest thing I've ever seen.
That was crazy. RJ has a lot of potential, and I know he's young. A lot of people don't see it yet with RJ, but just be patient, guys. Trust me, RJ's got it.
I want to tag into what State said. State said Brandon Roy, but he mentioned the weight too. So State, you also said Ron Artest too. You know what I'm saying? So those are kind of like two different people. So Ron Artest, is he going to be Ron Artest or Brandon Roy?
Nah, he don't play. I gotta go watch some Ron Artest 2000 and 2004 clips because he don't give me Ron Artest vibes. I might have to go back, do a little sit back real quick, watch some Ron Artest highlights.
See, I see a lot of people talking about the type of hand RJ won't have handle. He's not gonna have that shaky, like left-right handle that everybody's talking about.
We don't know that. But can I give
you no. But look, this is what I'm saying. His it'll look more like Kawhi. You know how Kawhi's handle is. It doesn't need to be the flashiest. Just get the job done. Go back in the other end and play defense. That's all RJ cares about. That's why he doesn't care about the flashiness. It's gonna look just like the straight to the point Kawhi Leonard baskets. If I gotta hit you with two crossovers to do it, because Kawhi doesn't look like he has handle, but he'll hit you. He'll get you in the mode where he hit you about 6 dribbles and then he's gone. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know Kawhi had that in him. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. It'll look something more like that.
Yep.
Do you think he's gonna have that role though with Kemba walking up the court and also Julius Randle too? Both those guys are gonna be handling it, and then Fournier too. There's a lot of ball handlers on the team. So out of those 4 guys, like you want RJ to be the one that's gonna be handling the ball more than them?
No. That's not what I mean. He just needs to be able to handle his ball, handle himself in a situation. That's it. As long as he doesn't get stuck in a one-on-one situation and he can't make a move to get himself or free himself for a shot, that's it. They're not gonna run a lot of offense through him. They're gonna run a system. They're most likely gonna come down with Kemba, and they're gonna run through whoever, and they're gonna go off of matchups. They got a bunch of guys who don't care who's in front of them, so that there's gonna be a lot of shots that go up. You know what I mean? But they're also gonna play some unselfish.
You know who I think will welcome it the most, fellas? I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I think Randall will welcome it the most. Because I already seen where Obi Toppin already said Randall called him Friday. He said, y'all need you, bro. you played 200 more minutes than that. I'm going to keep repeating this. He played so many minutes last season.
Played a lot of
minutes. 4 extra games. So, Randall's gonna. I know Randall's gonna welcome it the most. Honestly, you got Evan Fournier. He could play on ball, or RJ Barry. He could play on ball, or it's gonna be fun to see. But the thing is, can Thibodeau tell these guys run through RJ Barrett, like run the plays through RJ Barrett? Like, is he?
I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think he needs to do that, to be honest with you.
So RJ will have to show it in practice. He gonna have to show that dog then.
No, I think
let him just. Randall feel like he the big dog. So you can't step on the big dog.
Yeah, I think
you the big dog.
I think the vets are gonna have first pick. I think that's just how it's always gonna go. Until RJ is transcendent, he's not gonna get first pick. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be the guy that they're gonna go to for the offense going down. He hasn't proved that just yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be Kemba primarily or Randall. You know what I'm saying? This season, to me, I'm looking forward to seeing how much Kemba relieves Randall of his ball control duties. Because a lot of those times that Randall was on the floor for those 39, damn near 40 minutes a game or whatever, he had to create a lot of the offense, all of that, most of the time. Now you have Kemba and Fournier who are there with you, who, can help create the offense for you. You don't have to be on the court creating the offense and all the attention on you all day long, every single game. I think it's going to be a lot easier for Julius Randle this year.
Yeah. He's not going to be overworked. It's not going to be overworked, which is great.
Well, you want to talk about good teams, right? Not saying the Knicks are going to be Golden State Warriors, but I mean when they won their first championship, kind of, not really bringing Durant into the mix, but when they had the Splash Brothers, and they had Draymond doing his thing. The guy that used to be an all-star, that used to have a lot more uses out there was Andre Iguodala. So ain't nothing wrong with RJ being Andre Iguodala. Let Kemba do his thing.
There's something wrong with that. I strongly disagree with that.
But how could you disagree if you got Julius Randle that can give you 20 points? Kemba's going to give you close to 20, and then you got Fournier scoring 15 points a game. Somebody got to be Andre Iguodala.
He's saying in terms of the role that he played in as a starter.
I want Iguodala.
Not even.
I want Iguodala. You know
we drafted RJ third. We didn't draft him 18th. He gotta go now.
He gotta get
for that. He's the third overall pick.
It doesn't matter if he's a third overall pick. He gotta prove that he can play better, that he can hold a team down. This is gonna be entering his third team. So we're gonna give him the team, and this is his third team, and he's never led a team before. That's a lot to prove. With Kemba there, and with Julius there, and with Fournier, you mean to tell me RJ is gonna be the guy that we put up top, and everybody else gotta do what he does?
So I'll say this real quick, and I know Aiden could attest to this. Kemba Walker just came from a team where he just let two young boys average 20 next to him, and that's fact. So if he let them eat, I know he gonna let RJ eat. So I know.
Kemba also got 20 points too that year.
Yep, Kemba still plays consistently when doing that.
That year in Boston, three guys had 20-point games. The two young boys and Kemba all had 20, and the other kid that they went to Charlotte, he averaged 17. So you basically got four guys that play 20. So it could be that situation where this team, just like that Boston team, you're right, but all of those guys are going to hit 40. But I don't think that RJ is going to be the one that's going to be the big dog with these four. I think they're all gonna it's gonna be like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing with this group.
Mm-hmm. Mansa Dushan said too. There's an opportunity, and this is what people don't want to say. There is a world where, like you said, I hate to say it, RJ might never be our best player. That may happen, but that doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. To be honest with you, he could be our second best player.
I disagree with that.
No, but that's expectation talking. If we're being honest, it's expectation.
I'll say this: if RJ's not our best player, then we got a super team. That's the only way I could see something, because I could see a player better than RJ wanting to come to play in New York with RJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's how he won't be the best player on the team.
I could take it. Supercharged Chris Middleton, but we gotta No, I need way more than that. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
yo.
don't do
Die
that.
Hard.
Yeah, but I
He's
mean,
the third
now you're
overall
talking about
pick.
fantasy though, because RJ Barrett, he only averaged 17 points a game only 1 year. The year before that, it was kind of like shaky. People were against RJ for a reason, but he only averaged
Wow.
17 points last year. As
Okay.
second fiddle to Julius Randle. So I mean,
Okay.
you're hoping that he's gonna be like what? Like I mean, Chris Middleton's a good player. So he got to be better than Chris Middleton. Now you're talking about like superstar NBA player at this point now. So now you put expectations for RG to be a superstar in the league. That
Yes.
to that level in year 3.
Yes.
Win right now.
He gotta be at
Bro,
least an
let's
all-star
hold
level
on.
player next season.
Let me
He's the third overall
hold
pick,
on,
bro.
hold on,
We
hold on,
can't
hold
be
on, hold on, hold
we
on.
can't baby a third overall pick, bro.
Let me
To be a superstar, we can baby. To be
Not a
if
superstar.
hold on. Let me
He could
just check
be
something.
an all-star talent, an all-star
But
talent next season. That's what I'm saying.
but babying him, that's why I don't understand with this. Because I mean, like it's okay to have think of a guy as such a way, but you can't make him into something that he didn't do yet.
that's what
And then say guys that did it already, you're gonna say that they're gonna all of a sudden not be that person anymore, and RJ's gonna go up. That's like now you're talking fantasy.
Okay, now listen. Just so we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Not comparing who this person is. I'm just picking a random star. His name just happens to be Kobe Bryant, and I'm not comparing him to RJ. So please don't go there. All I'm saying is, when you're looking at someone who was as great as Kobe Bryant was, the progression that he had, his first year he averaged 7.6 points. Second year was 15.4 points. Third year was 19.9 points. And his fourth year it was 22.5 points. Before he started scoring 28, 25, and all of that. I think RJ has a good year left to get just a little bit more experience under his belt to average that 25 mark. I don't think that he's going to average 25 this year. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he can definitely average around 20, 21, 22 points a game this year, depending on how good he is. You know what I mean? He's someone who shot 40% from the three-point line this year, something that we didn't expect. And he did that while having two stretches of 1 for 22 and 1 for 21. You know what I mean? It's possible. Dude, this guy he's a workhorse. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'll never forget during that stretch when he was 1 for 21, Apollo. I swear to God, bro. I was on Uncle Freezy's show, bro. And there was like 5 dudes. I ain't gonna say no names. It was like 5 dudes on the show with me. So they talking about RJ, they disrespecting RJ, like, oh, he ain't gonna never be a 40% shooter. He can't do this. His shot trash. He ain't shooting free throws. So I'm like, yo, fellas, I gotta just ease up on RJ, right? Like, just chill. When it comes to his shooting, it takes muscle memory and time. Just be patient. You gonna get there. Soon after, boys start shooting 38%. Then it rises up to like 4. I think he was shooting like 47% from 3 for a month. Yeah. So 47%. Like, I love RJ, man. We just gotta be patient, but at the same time, dog. What I mean by don't baby RJ is he's the third overall pick, man. We got some elite third overall picks in the NBA right now who are walking Hall of Famers.
And we also have a couple Lonzo Balls in there too. So this is why we can't put too much stock in what
how you writing his story already? He's 20.
Yeah, but you're writing RJ's story. I'm trying to listen to what you're saying.
Same exact thing. Look, if you're putting, where was Lonzo drafted? Second overall. If we're going based off of where Lonzo is drafted and where he is right now, he's not. He's not what he was supposed to be.
So you think he will never be an all-star?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if you're putting expectations off a player based off of where he's drafted, you can lower the value just off of that argument, which is as Knicks fans, we have to be careful not to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful of how we structure the argument. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Frank Ntilikina. We talk about Kevin Knox. Should these guys have been drafted at those positions? Probably not. Because if you look at it, we just got Deuce McBride and we got Grimes. Grimes was a 25th pick. Quickly was a 25th pick.
Lucky 25.
Both of them are better than both Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox, who were drafted in the lottery. So it's if you're putting, and that's you can't put it based off of where they're drafted is what I'm saying.
Respect on Knox's name, man. He the youngest Knick with 25 and 15. Man.
He ain't about to be a Knick no more.
It's taking too long. It's taking too long.
Putting elevating certain guys and certain guys or whatever. I think we can all agree that we got a really good starting five.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You guys agree?
Absolutely. We have a starting lineup that fills so many holes, and I think it's gonna make Randall so much more relaxed, which creates an even bigger possibility. Like he went off on being the number one option. Could you imagine what he's gonna do when he's not the number one option and he's so relaxed with feeding it to Kemba, Fournier, RJ, all these guys?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be good.
Well, aside from people ascending, what you said?
They need to feed him. He don't need to feed them. I'm sick of the ball with Randall hands. I'm tired.
I don't like him driving in and doing all of this and then throwing a pass.
Aiden, bro, if Kemba is on the court and Evan Fournier, I don't need to see the basketball in Randall hands, bro. I'm with all the respect.
Unless he's wide open or shooting a fadeaway.
Yes, or on a mismatch.
Yes.
Yeah, Julius Randle's still a 20-point game scorer, man. So he's definitely going to be needed. We can't downgrade him all the way to like a tropical storm out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to be needed. What I want to direct the guys is where's our holes? Like aside from make believe stuff, from power forwards. We got one of the best power forwards in the NBA. RJ is one of right now projected to be the greatest player of all time, right? According to you guys, right? Mitch Robinson is a really good center. Kemba's I want to say top 10 point guard. Fournier could be a top 10 shooting guard in the NBA. So once if everything comes together the right way, Tom Thibodeau got everybody playing the way they're supposed to. Where are our holes on this team?
Yeah.
I think we lost some defense. We definitely lost some defense.
Yeah, Bullock.
We lost some defense at the wing position. But we don't know how good Grimes could be, so we'll see how that turns out.
If Grimes can get Deuce's defense, that's gonna be scary.
That's not fair. That's actually not
Grimes'
fair.
Grimes' defense is pretty good though. I didn't
Deuce's
see him
defense is a lot better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to give Grimes his credit too, though.
No. I'm not knocking him.
No, Grimes is they're both above average defenders. I just think Deuce is a better defender.
Yeah.
Deuce got me a little mad. We signed Rose.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to Rose.
I love that Rose too.
To answer the question, to be honest with you, I just think the hole that we are still going to have is creation at the center position offensively. Every center that we have on our roster is not anyone you want to give the ball to and just tell them to shoot or give them a shot. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a weakness. I think we can make up for it in other ways. I don't think it's going to be a terrible weakness. We did pretty well without that last year. But it just looks like that's going to be our identity. They keep looking for guys with that same style of play. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a hole. That might be something that's a strength for this style of team. So I don't know.
Well, I think, man defense, I don't want anybody small, Julius Randle to guard anybody small, but somebody similar size. He actually plays adequate defense. He plays good team defense, I'm going to say also. Mitch Robinson is there. He fills a lot of those lanes too. So if Kemba gets beat, another thing with Kemba gets a lot of charges. He's able to get in front of people and cause a lot of charges. Fournier is another one of those guys too. Those European guys, they just know how to do that. So if they get blown by, they have their own little things that they do to make up for that. But I think like team wise, I think Tom Thibodeau could mask some of these mistakes. But we got guys like Burke that comes in there. These guys, all these guys are adequate. But collectively as a team, I think just the concept, I think Tom Thibodeau is going to get everybody, in the right spots type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So the key for me is just just gelling. Once these guys gel, I don't want to sound like a homer because people want to throw that on you if you talk good about your team. But I'm looking at this team. I can't see anybody guarding Mitch Robinson because you got to double team Julius. Somebody got to be looking at Fournier. Somebody got to stop Kemba from getting in the paint. So I mean, Mitch Robinson is going to be open, even though he can't score. He's going to be open. So if you give Mitchell Robinson room, he's going to bang. He's going to dunk it every single time. He's going to look like DeAndre Jordan. The way that he did in Lob City. So I'm looking at it like that. So just like looking for other teams like playing us and stuff. I don't know how they can contain us if we, it really comes down to coaching. If Tom Thibodeau could definitely keep that ball moving, and just be mindful of what defense is doing to us. If they try to stop one guy, I feel like we have so much options that we can cover all bases, man. I feel like I really love this team, man. I feel like we could really do something special this year, more than people think.
I think there's a lot of like you said, creation, off ball and on ball. Imagine having Kemba Walker in a lot of the spots that Elfrid Payton was in last year. You know what I'm saying? And just the different options you're opening up as a team, offensively. Defensively, there's going to be somewhat of a drop off. He's not the defender Elfrid Payton was.
Like we said, and play defense his damn self.
I mean, listen, we're not gonna get into the Elfrid thing because we can go on this for days. Elfrid was not my cup of tea. He was a serviceable defender because he made you work hard. He was not locking anyone up.
He didn't make nobody work hard, bro.
Nah, he did, bro. If that was the only thing he did, that was the only thing I can say he did was he would make you work defensively. That's it. And I'm not even gonna say he was a good defender. I can't even say that. He was a serviceable defender. He would be a better defender, and this is how we have to look at it. He's gonna be a better defender than Kemba was, but we're also gonna have to look at how we play our team defense.
Put that comment up, dog. I know you see it. I know you want to put it up. You gotta put that comment up there because he won't stop. You got
come home, Lance.
He really won't.
Lance ain't gonna. He gonna come over here and get nothing but garbage time, bro. Not on this team. Tibbs is gonna sit him as soon as he do one of them under the leg passes. It's over. He's gonna.
I think we're so good that we don't even need Lance. I trust Burke. I trust Burke out there. Yeah, like I said, I trust those rookies too. I trust the rookies.
I've already made the argument for Burke's trustworthy.
Yeah,
all good. I know.
State is funny, man.
But I'm telling you,
we gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a real conversation if Burke's playing different next season.
I'm all for it
because he got paid his little $30 million. And if I see him passing the ball even more next year, we're gonna have a real conversation. We're gonna. All right. I ain't like what he was doing to Obi Toppin, and now we talking. You got diehard
Burks did to Toppin.
Burks and other guards, they was not passing the ball. The man arm was always like this: throw the ball up. Nobody didn't want to pass him no lobs. Come on, bro.
What players gave Obi his most greatest plays?
Derrick Rose and
Alec Burks.
And Burks. He's the only one really playing with him.
Come on.
Burks, listen. I'm not going to trash Burks. Because Burks
can I present the question?
27 off the bench, game one.
So you, Aiden, you can answer this first. When Burks come off a pick and roll, what he doing?
He's going to shoot. Because why?
Because he's a shooter.
He's a what guard? Thank you. He's a shooting guard.
Yeah, but Obi can't set a good pick either.
See,
that's for Jericho Sims.
See, no, but look to play devil's advocate here, Aiden. I did have a wet dream over what Deuce did in the summer league when he passed up the open three for the alley-oop to one and only Obi Toppin. So I can't sit here and say that it's the bad thing when you take the shot off of the pick and roll.
No, not. Yeah.
No. But I'm not mad at Burks for taking the shot.
I know Burks could pass, but he just don't. Listen, if I'm wrong, cool, understandable. We don't got the same eyes. Maybe I'm Cyclops. I don't know. Maybe
I like Burks, man. I like Burks.
Yo, listen, we needed Burks.
He was ball hogging a little bit last year.
He was our closer.
He's had passing moments. He's had passing moments, and he's had shooting moments where he's kept us in games. What more can you ask?
Right.
He's coming off the bench.
You can't be mad at what Alec Burks is bringing you, because a lot of those games you was only mad at him because he was probably missing. If he was making those shots, you wouldn't be mad at him. He was taking good shots.
He was water.
He was taking good shots.
He was holding us down for a lot of times, though, man. He was our closer. So my thing is, like, do you want Burks to win us the game, or do you want him to, like, Obi Toppin? No, go this way. No, stand. You want him to look for Obi Toppin when he's trying to win us a game?
So I just watched Obi average 20 in summer league. So obviously he's just ready. Like, these dudes is not going.
No.
Burks.
What's
Real quick. We know the bench mob already. So we know quickly Rose is gonna be Burks, Obi, and it's gonna be Nerlens. We know the bench mob. So we know who's gonna get majority of the shots. Can you guys please find Obi Toppin? Because it seems like only the guards in summer league like to find Obi Toppin. Because I can't do it.
If you gotta please find somebody, it's not Carmen San Diego. You know what I'm saying? It's not Wells Waldo. If you gotta please find somebody, then he's not good.
Go to the last time when the Knicks was top 5 in assists in the NBA. Because I'm sick of being bottom 5 in assists in the NBA. I don't even know what a hockey assist looks like.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
I had to watch the playoffs to watch other teams and watch ball movement.
Listen, man, I'm gonna say this. Mm-hmm. Obi is still showing me a lot of the same as what he showed me during the regular season, and it's just not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Okay,
it's just positioning. He's more aggressive, obviously, because of the level of competition, and I'm hoping that does not change. But what I don't like is I'm looking at the amount of rebounds he has, and they're low. And it's not because he's not athletic. It's not because he doesn't box out. It's because he's just not in position for them. I talked about it this weekend with my cousin Steven. There's so many plays I can point to where Obi Toppin is just not in a position for rebounds. Why? Because he's standing at the 3-point line until the ball goes up. It's going to be hard for you to do both. You can't be the guy who's spreading the floor and being the guy who's going to be inside mixing it up. You got to be either or. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if he's that great of the shooter yet to always be out there. I do want to see him get more in the paint. He sits out there a lot. I want to see him cut a little bit more, get in the paint. Do a little bit more with the NBA guys, not with summer league. I like what I'm seeing in summer league.
But do you think Obi Toppin will get rebounds on a team like Miami? You know, like him being in the 3-point line. That's an asset to us, him being out there, because we need him to be in space. We can't have him down there, banging with Bam Adebayo and what's the other guy? What's the guy he just got from the Bucks?
PJ Tucker.
PJ freaking Tucker. Is he going to be battling PJ Tucker?
No, but listen, you also don't want to make yourself. You don't want to let the defense dictate the kind of game you're going to play. That's what we saw in the playoffs with Julius Randle. That's what we don't want to see. We don't want him saying, all right, I know they're going to guard me a certain way, or I might not be able to be as effective here, so let me just go off over here. You're taking yourself out of the game. And I think he takes himself out of a lot of opportunities just for simple rebounds and putbacks. You know how many points he can get off of rebounds and putbacks if he's just in position. I've seen Obi box out and get good rebounds. I've seen him sky for great rebounds. He has the ability to do it. It's just that he's so often out on the 3-point line. Like I said, I like that he stretches the floor. I would like for him to continue to do that, but mix it up a little bit more so that it's not just you coming down the court and going straight to the 3-point line. That's something that I want to see him do.
You want to know what's so crazy? Remember when Obi used to post up players last season and he could not move them?
Mm-hmm. And we look at that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what my point is.
I think it was the game against the Wizards, and he couldn't. I think it was Bertans, or it was somebody. I don't know. I forgot who it was, but I know it was somebody smaller. And he was posting him up, and he just could not move him. So watching him in summer league and seeing his post ups, and he's finally using his body, his upper body strength, it's nice to watch. And Obi got a nice back to basket post moves.
Yeah, he does. Yep.
He's been working on his game. I like what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah, he's definitely much improved. He's definitely much improved. But I mean, like when you're talking about rebounding, like, do you guys think he's going to be a double-figure rebounder in the NBA?
No, he doesn't have to be. I just don't want to see 3-4 rebound games.
I think that's going to be him, 3-4 rebounds. Maybe, if you want to upgrade him a little bit more, but I'm
at the 4.
You need minutes, though, man. I don't think Obi Toppin is going to be that guy that you're going to rely on to grab rebounds. Not in the NBA.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I mean. I don't want him to turn into a rebounder. I just want him to put himself in position to be more effective. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I want him to become a rebounder. Like I said, when he is in position for rebounds, he usually does get them because he's more athletic and he knows how to get positioning on a lot of those guys. But it's just that he doesn't do it often.
So in summer league, he's playing mostly in the dunker spot. On the Knicks, though, on the real Knicks team, we already know that Nerlens Noel might be in that dunker spot.
And Mitch.
So it's tough to. This is why he's been shooting a lot of 3-pointers. Like I don't really mind it.
He could also set picks and cut. He can set off ball picks. My problem is, and this stems from the Carmelo Anthony days of basketball, and Carmelo's one of my favorite players. But I hated when Carmelo had the ball and I'm seeing guys standing around at the 3-point line. Not one person's cutting. Nobody's setting the off ball screen. No one's doing anything. It's just standing stationary, and that's what I don't like. So maybe that's what it is. I'm relating it to that, and I see Obi doing that, and I don't like it. But it's just a part of basketball I don't like. I don't like non-movement in basketball, especially on the offensive end of the floor.
Well, the thing with that, like, if you're a coach, you know what I'm saying, you have to trust to put a guy in a spot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I'm Tom Thibodeau, I'm reading it. Well, me and Tom Thibodeau, like, we read the game the same exact way. I'm not putting Obi Toppin on the block. Straight like that, because he's not going to be effective down there.
He's not going to be on the block.
Nowhere near any power forward movements. I don't want him nowhere near the power. Doing anything having to do with power.
If that's the case, Eru, how much do you want him on your team? If you're not putting him any power forward movement, and you want him just at the 3-point line, what do you really have him doing long term?
That's the thing. My thing is, like, the whole conversation is just like, we need Obi Toppin to do more. My thing is, like, we got 15 guys on this roster. I don't care about what Obi Toppin is doing. I'm not focusing on how we can make Obi Toppin better over all these different guys. Same thing like RJ. We were just talking about RJ Barrett. Oh, RJ Barrett is this, and everybody else got to do this. I'm not thinking of it that way. We were trying to win basketball games. I'm not trying to hook up Obi Toppin's Twitter page, you know what I'm saying, or Instagram. I'm not trying to get his likes up, man. You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to win basketball games.
I'm looking at it away from it, but from what I'm saying is, how much the Obi averaged last year? He averaged 5 points as our backup 4. Do you want him to continue playing that style of basketball?
That's ridiculous, especially
if he averaged 5 points, then he needs to figure out how we can get better.
But the coach
got to exactly what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
That's where I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all. Like the coach shouldn't have to do nothing for Obi Toppin. He's a backup 4.
Disagree with you with that.
No, what the coach has to do, he has to figure out how Julius Randle, Walker, Fournier, and RJ is going to get together.
Right.
Julius Randle, not Julius Randle. Obi Toppin's on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Whatever extra Obi Toppin gives us, that's different. But the team, as a team, we don't got to worry about what the backup power forward is doing for us.
No. Championships are won by your others. Your others make your superstars be superstars. The
Walker,
Bucks would not win
Fournier.
a championship if Bobby Portis don't come off the bench and score 20 points in a game.
Right.
They don't win a championship if those others don't score.
All I'm saying is that's Go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Bobby Portis is not the focal point where we have to say, like, yo, we got to get Bobby Portis off. The fact that Bobby Portis played well in the finals, that was his cake right there. You know what I'm saying? He did something.
Playoffs, though.
But listen, that was something that he's not asked to do. You know, Bobby Porter's not asked to like carry the team. That's something that he just did surprise and helped us win that game. So if Obi happens to play that way for a game, that's good. But somebody coming off the bench, we're not focusing our whole offense for Obi Toppin. That's not what we're doing.
Nah, but I do think that if there's ways to make the offense run better, then we should just do it. I don't think that he should be regulated to just standing at the 3-point line. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is if it spaces the floor, fine. But that means that Obi Toppin is now the guy that's going to come in at the 4 spot and primarily stand at the 3-point line. And if that's what we're going to leave Obi pigeonhole him as, then cool.
Well,
I just don't know if that's what you want to have with the 8th. What was he? The 8th pick?
He was the 8th pick. He a lottery pick. He needs to play.
That's all fantasy. We got to talk about the game. See, listen, let's start the game. We got the game. We got our starting 5 out there. We already know who it is. Walker, it's Fournier, it's Mitch, it's Randall, it's RJ. We doing whatever we doing there. These guys are probably going to play most of the whole first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe towards the end of the second quarter,
they better guys come in the whole first this year.
But listen to what I'm saying. Once we get the second unit coming in there, the second unit is different because now we're playing 3 guards. We're gonna play quickly. We're playing Rose. We're playing Burks. You know, we're gonna have Nerlens Noel, who was short. I mean, you know, undersized basically. You know, but he's a guy that could contribute. We got another guy that's almost as anorexic as Nerlens Noel is, and Obi Toppin. You know what I'm saying? So you can't play the same way that you played with the starters. So of course you gotta change the offense and figure out a way to get Obi Toppin open when these guys come in there. But that's an asset to us. But what I'm trying to say is that we can't just be like, yo, Obi Toppin, we need to do this. Yo, if Obi Toppin, that should not be the focus. Obi Toppin shouldn't even be the first person coming off the bench. You know, we got Rose, we got all these other guys. So I mean, collectively, as a bench, when these guys come in here, it's gonna be like, you know, a whole different thing. We're gonna be running, you know. So Obi Toppin will get his opportunities,
right?
But my thing is like he's not gonna just stand in the corner and put his hands in his pocket. That's not what I'm saying that he should do. I mean, he's gonna have his ways to contribute to the game. But my thing is like to be focusing. Like right now, this conversation. Why are we talking about Obi Toppin so much? Like he's not even like the He's not even like the 6th or 7th best player on the team. You get what I'm saying?
I can't. We don't know that.
I'm just speaking. No. I'm only listen. I'm only speaking from a standpoint of improvement from year 1 to year 2. That's it. I'm saying every year that you're on a basketball team, you should be improvement or you should be getting less minutes. That's it.
No, but
if he's go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying that he will have a role on this team. But I mean, like to focus on it so much where we need to do this, we need to do that. Like, yo, he's legit like the 8th most important person on the team. The starting 5, number 1 is all more important than Obi right now. Then Rose, you want to talk about Rose and Burks? You know what I'm saying? I care about more what they're doing than Obi. You know, this is like down the line here.
Rose and
I know exactly what you're saying, but I just can't not care about a certain player because they're not in the starting 5. Like if I need you to bring something to my team and you're backing up the best player on my team, you need to be bringing more than 5 points a game. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I want to focus so much on Obi. I don't give a damn about nobody outside of RJ Barrett if we're really, really cutting it thin.
If you really want to be,
I'm just saying, I'm not concerned with Obi. I like what I see from Summer League. I just want him to continue to make improvements during the regular season. It's not a big deal. It just happened to be the topic we was on at the moment, I guess.
No, I'm saying, listen, of course, you want players to succeed. Even guys that didn't play well, say like Elfrid Payton, like you know, guys, was going crazy with Elfrid Payton, but he got us to the playoffs. 72 games, you got to give him credit. You know, he wasn't just there like he had a handicap sticker, and he did contribute to the game a certain way. So I mean, you definitely gonna be Toppin, definitely gonna be one of those guys that's gonna get us there. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, of course he's gonna improve. He showed more in this the summer league than he did in his entire pro career. So I mean, like him coming into the NBA, he is going to give us a better. But I mean, like, you know, even if he does average 5 points a game again, or does something similar to what he did the first year, you know, I mean, it's still going to contribute to what we do as far as winning. You know, it still has to be team, the team. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I agree.
Because I mean, we already downgraded Julius Randle to being like the ball boy. You know, at this point, and RJ Barrett got ascended up into the clouds, and then we forgot about Fournier. And then it's like we have a whole lot of things going on for our roster. So I mean, like to think of fantasy wise, I think that's not the right way to think about it. Collectively, our team is way better. You know, Obi Toppin is definitely gonna be a big part of it. But I mean,
I don't think I hope my tone wasn't wrong. I didn't mean to come off as like I'm downgrading what Obi was doing, or I was just speaking on just how I like what he's doing in summer league. I just want him to do it more during the regular season. That's really it. I don't think I don't really care much about I don't really care much about Obi Toppin in terms of being the best player on this roster. I think there's a lot of other people that come before Obi Toppin.
I got you. You know, but we just throwing the shit out there. But let's put Aiden on the spot, man. We got to wake him up.
Heck yeah.
So what's your thoughts on this whole thing that we're doing here?
Yeah, I just feel like, back to what Apollo said, it's gonna depend on the improvement that we've seen from Obi from year 1 to year 2, and summer league has been a really, really nice, promising showing. But it's all gonna really come down to what the heck's going to happen this upcoming season, right? He's going to have more people feeding him the ball, which is going to boost his confidence even more. And I mean, look, he's already developed such a great chemistry with Deuce and Grimes and Sims and all these guys from summer league. That has to carry over in, I don't care if it's practice or the regular season. Like no matter what, it's gonna be different from year 1. And if 23 points per game in the summer league doesn't show any promise, I mean, I know it's the different level of competition, but when have you seen a Knicks player in the summer league getting 23 per game, right?
Doesn't happen that often, yeah.
Doesn't happen. I didn't see RJ do that.
Nope.
And we're all talking about RJ, right?
Or Knox.
I mean, yeah. It's just like you've seen all these guys that are now, like topics of conversation that didn't do well in the summer league, but have gone on to do crazy good things in the regular season. So if you have a really good starting point from the summer league, that's just going to skyrocket you to some sort of goodness in the regular season. I'm just thinking. Yeah. I mean, he just pretty much had the best statistical season points-wise of like any Knick that I've seen in summer league. So it's going to be an improvement, and yeah.
Yeah. So
that was a mouthful, but
yeah. Well, I mean, we had to give you the full a little bit. We kind of was going back and forth, but I mean, the tone thing, I mean, we just talking. It's not nothing going on here. So I mean, like, they're still talking like this. Light up the tone in here, like.
Yeah.
Obi
just
Toppin
for.
Shout outs to nothing but Knicks, man. OG Sim, but Obi Toppin really averaged 11 minutes and 4 points per game, and he's a lottery pick. And dog, when you draft lottery picks, dog, like you have a certain type of expectation. For RJ Barrett, for him, he has to be a Hall of Famer. Like
that's too much, man.
That cannot be too much, bro.
No,
for a top 3
for him. No.
When you go ahead.
You can't do that to him, bro.
No. Like, but when you're
Hall of Famer,
top three,
it's not easy to be in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yo, bro,
it's a lot of Hall of Famers who don't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but a lot of them were placed in the right situations too.
RJ was placed in the right situation on 33rd and 7th.
Right. So, but you can't say Hall of Fame was the path that he was set in right now. You know
we first off, I'm shutting this down. We cannot draw RJ's narrative at the moment. You cannot make You can't make a book. You cannot make a memoir on his career just yet.
Can't do this.
It's starting lovely.
It's too early.
Look, don't get me wrong. It's starting great. But you can't be like, oh my God, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer just because he's a third overall pick.
Yes.
Look at Brandon Roy. We just spoke about Brandon Roy earlier and the trajectory that Brandon Roy was on, and what happened to him. Injuries.
Come on, man. You don't. Come on.
But this is exactly why you don't put those expectations. But now
RJ never had those injuries he did, though.
But listen, if you put that same expectation on Brandon Roy and you leave out the fact that he had injuries, what is he now? He's a failure. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you remove the fact that he had the injuries from the conversation and you're just stating the fact that somebody who's in this position should be a Hall of Famer, then Brandon Roy is a failure. And we all know that shouldn't really apply to him because of the injuries. You see what I'm saying? That's why you can't just throw a lofty expectation on a player because of where he was drafted. You know what I'm saying?
So when you pick 1, 2,
it's about the situation.
1, 2, 3. When you pick Cade, Jalen Green,
they're supposed to be good. They're supposed to be great players. They're supposed to be great players.
If you're picking 1, 2, 3, are you picking Hall of Famer?
Yes, that's what you're supposed to be shooting for.
But listen, what if it? No, but listen. Okay, so hold on.
Come back down to earth.
Now think about this.
Jordan, what are we tanking for?
But hey, are we saying that RJ is any of those guys at the moment?
No. Who are we to say? Hold on, Steve. Who are we to say that each draft class has said Hall of Fame player? Which is why you can't do it. Every draft class is different.
So what you telling me? The 2018, 2019, or these last couple of draft classes is not going to produce multiple Hall of Famers? Are we not watching these young boys?
We have no idea.
No, we don't know.
We have no idea. You cannot write. You can't write these narratives right now.
Wait, Aiden. Y'all been watching ball for 20 years, bro. I never seen a second-year guard or a third-year guard like. You see the Trae Young numbers, bro? Trae Young averaged 29 bro.
Do you see Die Hard Hawks podcast talking about Trae Young as a Hall of Famer? I'm telling you. Come on now.
Oh my God, yo, State is fucking crazy. State is bugged out, man.
Oh man.
And yeah, I think that was like the statement of the day there, you know. Yo, shout out to other fan bases. There is no fan base like Knicks fan base, man. You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely no fan base like the Knicks fan base. Nobody. They don't. There is no diehard Atlanta podcast. You know?
No, it's not. It's just not.
Oh my God! But just watching them leaving the arena is disgusting too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But listen, to Slizzy's point, there is a certain amount of expectation that just does come with being drafted at a high position, but it just doesn't work out like that for every single player because, like I said, each draft class's fourth pick isn't of the same talent. You know what I'm saying? There might be 7 good players in one draft and 3 good players in the next one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sometimes it happens just like that. You can't really put the expectations off of them based off where they're drafted. It really should be based off the team's need for that player.
Exactly. And you know, another reason is just like look everybody says that, you know, the Knicks fans make all these insane expectations and they're never met. And look for example, coming into last season, did anybody think we were going to the playoffs? Absolutely not. Look what happens when we go to the playoffs. Everybody's in shock, right? If you expect RJ Barrett to be a Hall of Famer right now, I don't even know what else to call it. Over expectation, I'm telling you.
And it's so easy. If he's supposed to be a Hall of Famer and you're saying that, every season he doesn't meet that expectation, his value just decreases and decreases and decreases based off of the expectation that was there. So you can't do that to the player. I think you got to let it go up.
Y'all like, bro. You know how many Hall of Famers is in the Hall of Fame, and they're not supposed to be Hall of Famers, but they're Hall of Famers. Like,
I'm sure that's
numbers. He's gonna put up numbers.
Yeah,
he's gonna put up numbers. Now,
it's wait to be seen. Wait to be seen.
All right, we gonna see. Let's see how good Julius Randle really is.
And let's see how Alec Burks is going to contribute to this team this year.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, me and State, we'll have conversations about this.
I want to see how good. I want to see how the good fans treat Thibodeau when they're watching McBride and Grimes riding on the bench, and Alec Burks or Evan Fournier, one of those boys go.
Sliz, I'm gonna say this one thing to you. I'm gonna say this one thing to you, bro. I can't. I'm not getting on Tibbs. Listen, Tibbs has his flaws. But bro, outside of Mike Woodson, when was the last great coach we've had? That guy.
I'm not gonna say nothing. If Grimes and McBride don't play, you're not gonna hear that from me. I'm not gonna complain about that all next season.
That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie.
No. I swear to God, I'm dead not gonna complain about that.
But if the Knicks make the playoffs and we do well. Let's say if we win a championship, who cares if McBride and Grimes
the bench?
play?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, dog.
No. He has a point. It will bother us, but let's be honest. If we won a ring, and McBride and Grimes didn't play because they just were on the bench, how much would it bothered you if we won the championship?
I wouldn't give a damn because I know RJ Barrett was Finals MVP.
Solidify the Hall of Fame. First time Hall of Fame.
Right. Now he's a Hall of Famer for real. Now he's a certified Hall of Famer.
Come on, yo.
We call you State Tradamus after that one.
Listen, I understand what the chat is saying. I understand what Aiden is saying. You're not wrong. But when you're drafted third, brother, I need Hall of Fame accolades. That means
but right away?
Not right away. No, he's 21. I already said RJ's 2 years away from being 2 years away. But in those 2 years, I want to see ascendance. Reason why he can't average 20 next season. Come on, now you're making me look bad.
For sure.
No, I'm sure
you're making me look bad.
It's gonna be tough.
I'm sure it'll be better numbers, but you can't.
When you got Kemba, Mr. 118th, Milbank, Mr. 115th, King Dome, EBC, Rucker Park. He let Tatum and Brown eat. Both of them had 20 points per game.
We already said that already.
All right. So I'm pretty sure Kemba gonna let RJ eat.
Yeah, but Kemba got 20 points a game that year too.
But Kemba not gonna average 20 next season. Come on now.
Why won't he?
How is somebody that averaged 20 points for 5 straight years?
Oh,
and then you're gonna assume somebody that never
Why
did
won't
it?
he average 20?
How did you do that?
So you think he gonna average 20 next season? You think?
I don't know. I doubt it because we got 4 guys that probably can average 20.
So how many points? How many points Evan Fournier gonna average? See, this is when it start getting tricky.
Evan Fournier, I'm gonna be honest. Evan Fournier probably average around 16 points.
I'm saying over 15.
Yeah, around 16 points.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, okay. How many points is Julius Randle gonna average?
Probably like 20.
He can't average 24 this year.
100%. What Sim said in the chat. What'd you say?
How much Julius Randle gonna average this year?
This year? He's probably going. What do he average this year? 24?
24, 10.
He probably. I say he averaged around the same. 23, 24.
Absolutely. Yo, read what Sim said here. This is it in a nutshell. It doesn't matter if he averaged 20. And like that's, I was trying to make the point with Andre Iguodala. That's not a diss. If RJ Barrett is Andre Iguodala, that means that we're a freaking good basketball team. Right. You know what I'm saying? If RJ Barrett, a guy that you think is good, should be Hall of Fame level, if he's RJ Iguodala for us this year, then we are a damn good basketball team, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. I think anybody, if anybody is Iguodala,
it depends. All right, Randle, he's an all-star player. He's established already. He got paid. His numbers don't really matter. His impact matters right now, especially in the playoffs. But his numbers don't matter no more. because I know he might take a step back because we got all of these scoring options. RJ, on the other hand, we drafted him third. OG Sim, I respect what you just said. You're not wrong. It's cool for RJ to come out next season and average 17 points. For you, but for me, when I'm watching, when you draft RJ third, OG, I gotta see ascending every season. And for him,
over expectations. What do they say about Knicks fans every single year?
Bro, it's not even about expectations. Well, we should have never made the 4th seed for me to place those expectations. But now I gotta see to believe it. Because he tried
That's what I mean. I listen. I think the expectations is there has to be a little bit of an improvement, obviously, because we did so well. But you can't be like,
that's all I want to say.
I know, but I'm saying you can't be saying RJ's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he is. He is.
Listen, just like Sim said, it's an easy way for RJ to improve with the extra help that we just added on our team. Yep. You're taking a lot of responsibility off of himself and Julius Randle by adding Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. And these are guys who've been in the league. They've even played together. Their numbers are well together for the 1 year that they played together. I think that you're adding more help. And if he's averaging, he's averaging 17.8, 18 points per game, which is basically what he averaged this year, right? Is that not an improvement if you're adding more scorers on the team?
Watching the games, we know he's going to come back with a better bag. We know he's going to come back probably shooting even better percentages. Shout out to Julius Randle because we know even Julius Randle got a chance to be a Hall of Famer right now. But you got a chance to make RJ a Hall of Famer too because RJ shot 48%.
Team success is first.
Yeah, I understand that. But Julius Randle is the best player. So he got to ascend. He's 26. And RJ has to get better. You're the third pick in the draft.
The only way that happens is if RJ somehow over the summer makes a leap to where everyone on the team knows that he is the best player on that roster. That's the only way I see RJ making this astronomical leap that you think that he can make this year. This year is if he comes back, it's in training camp, and they're like, yo, hold on, nah, we got RJ. If they're feeling like that, okay, maybe he might average the 25 that you're looking for, 25, 7, and 4, or something like that. But until that happens, RJ probably will average around 18, maybe 19 points a game. You make a slight improvement, points per game wise. I think his efficiency will go up. I think that's important to me. I'm not really looking at the points per game. I'm looking at just his efficiency and just how the team plays and the on-off numbers, the plus minus, that matters. You know what I'm saying? But I think I don't want to put too much on it. I just think that these guys are going to be in a good position to be very successful next year. They filled a lot of the holes. Like I said, the only hole that I think we have is just the center position in the creation offensively. But who knows? Maybe that's our identity. So maybe it might not be a hole.
Can I throw something at you guys? Just as far as like a Hall of Fame, the 1973 championship Knicks, right? They won the championship, right? So I mean, Walt Frazier, everybody talks about him. He's the greatest Knick and this and the other. He's in the Hall of Fame. Dave the Butcher, before he came to the Knicks, he was a freaking monster in Detroit. And he came here, and he never averaged 20. He had to take a back seat to what the team was doing. But, this is not it. Bill Bradley is another guy. He could have averaged 20 points a game for another team, but he ended up averaging, I don't even think Bill Bradley cracked 16 points, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Earl Monroe, one of the greatest scorers, and Black Jesus and all this other stuff. He came to the Knicks, averaged 15. Jerry Lucas, one of the greatest power forward centers that ever played, that averaged so many rebounds and so many points. He, like that championship year, he averaged 9 and 7. Willis Reed was on his team. That's another Hall of Famer. But he was on the downside of his career, but still a Hall of Famer. He averaged 11 and 8. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a whole team full of talent. So you can't like just ascend one guy just to be super dominant when other guys are just comparable in talent. You know, as long as these guys come together and win, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? What does it matter? Because they can still make the Hall of Fame, just like Sim said. They can still make the Hall of Fame, not putting up all these gaudy numbers.
Yeah, but what you said, you know, it speaks to the fact that, you know, you could still make an impact by not scoring like 30 points per game, you know? I mean, I don't know, you look at a guy like, I don't know, Tony Allen. I mean, did he make an impact from scoring? No. This is defense.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't,
you know,
third though. See,
Stop it.
I hear y'all. Like we went through 17. We won 17 games that year. You know how hard it was to record that year? When I was listening to everybody else's podcast, we all making excuses for David Fisdale and Mike. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. I didn't go through that season for y'all to tell me RJ got he could just average 17 next season and we'll be fine with it as long as he got. No, I need to see it in the box score and in the advanced statistics. I gotta see it.
But are you? But do you need to see an improvement in points?
No. He got to average 20 next season. Come on, Aiden. Come on, y'all got coddling him. I can't coddle that man. We drafted him third, and we went through a 17-win season, fellas. Y'all telling me y'all want him to average the same points? Really?
No, but listen.
Even if he averaged like 18, that'll be him like averaging 21.
Like just like he said. Yo, all right. So I'll just say this. I think there's if like you said, all of the people you named and the points that they average, I don't want to lay points on it too much. If RJ in 2-3 straight years, if we won 2 to 3 straight finals, and in those finals, not in those finals, just those seasons, RJ averaged 17.5 points per game. On a championship team, do you know RJ's going? To the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Oh my god!
It's the market he's in. He's in the New York market. So we drafted him third, bro. Like,
but you cannot create pressure on him.
Oh, man. He's the highest draft pick of my life.
How is he going to handle the pressure of people being like, "Oh my God, you're a Hall of Famer. You're in year 3 of your career."
Bro, we drafted Frederick Weiss over Ron Artest, bro. Bro, we drafted Frank over Donovan Mitchell, bro.
The PTSD talking.
We won 17 games. I remember when Fisdale put Kevin Knox at shooting guard. So you telling me that RJ Barrett can come out next season and average 17 or less points, but we see he got a mid-range jumper now? No! We picked him third.
I ain't gonna be mad if we win.
It's not like he's gonna average like 30.
No, he's not. He don't have to average 30. I say he's 2 years away from being 2 years away. But what I gotta see minimum 20 points per. I gotta see because that means his free throw percentage is up. That means he got a mid-range jumper. Improvement in the box scores means that he was working on his game this whole summer.
But he has. I mean, look, if you're talking about this Hall of Fame narrative, which I've already shut down, but we're gonna keep going. First off, he has to improve. If you're talking about a Hall of Famer, he has to improve in the clutch. I mean, there's so many RJ-esque moments that I've seen him miss in the clutch. And you talk about Hall of Famers. What have so many Hall of Famers done? They've stepped up in the clutch.
Look, listen.
What has RJ done? Hasn't done that yet.
He hasn't done it yet.
RJ got one of the highest clutch percentages in the.
I'm talking about.
Was like 3 for 14 on clutch.
I'm talking about clutch moments. I'm talking about clutch moments.
Oh, clutch moments.
He averaged 14 points in the playoffs.
I don't even remember.
Look.
Clutch moments.
I'm gonna say this.
History past 20. I don't remember clutch moments these past 20 years. We only have 4 winning seasons in the past 20 years. And you telling me the RJ can come and average 17?
Listen, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. What I'm gonna say is, RJ, like Tricky is saying, RJ can easily average slightly better points per game. Say he averages 18. Let's just keep it at 18. Let's just say that's the number, right? And he becomes the defender that we relied Reggie Bullock on being last year, while averaging slightly better points and being a way more reliable defender, being the guy that we can put on the team's best player. That's the improvement I want to see from RJ. Points per game, yeah, it's cool, but if we still don't have nobody to guard nobody, because right now, with Bullock gone, our next best wing defender is RJ Barrett. So he has to make that improvement. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I'm going to look for. I'm looking for those kind of improvements on the other side of the floor.
Well, to change the tone, to change the tone of the argument, right? Like, yo, I'm just I'm just like I'm laughing at you guys, man. But I mean, I was arguing about Obi and stuff like that. We put too much emphasis on Obi when he's like literally the 7th or 8th best player on the team. Now we're talking about RJ Barrett being a Hall of Famer. We're taking away from the real conversation, which is we have a really good basketball team. You know what I'm saying? So Hall of Fame aside, is making the playoffs and advancing to get into the finals less important than RJ making the Hall of Fame, or Obi Toppin, getting an alley-oop? What's more important? What are the priorities of this year? What did this team, what can this team do for next year? What do you think the trajectory of this team is for next year?
I'm so confident that Thibodeau is changing the culture that I really think we can be a championship. I think we're gonna win a championship this decade. So since I feel that way, and I feel strong about the culture that we setting right now, and mind you, we got Randall was probably one of the best free agent pickups I've seen in the past 20 years. I remember Jerome James came over here after a playoff series, he got fat. You got all these other players, they come over here, free agents. You got Quinn Richardson saying his teammates couldn't even come outside. So it's like Julius Randle, we got him. Maybe he was the start of the culture. Then you bring in Thibodeau. Now you drafted RJ Barrett. Now you got everybody's important. And Don, I told you earlier, remember you was saying, well, Thibodeau, he could focus on the starting 5. Nah, that bench helped you win championships.
But I said that too, though. I said that too. But I don't care about Obi per se. I agree with the bench needs champions, but I said that once the bench comes in collectively, that's going to bring something else to the team.
But Obi's going to be a part. Obi has to be a huge part of that in order for the bench. Obi and Quickly going to have to be a huge part of that bench in order for it to be successful. I cannot depend on Rose and Burks because we both know they're both injury prone. So
then bring Grimes and McBride.
Situational.
State is crazy.
Situational. I'm already. It's already embedded in my heart. I know I might not see McBride and Grimes all season, so I know not to.
Oh, you can't say that.
Guys are gonna get hurt. Burks is gonna get hurt. Rose is gonna get hurt.
Everybody's gonna have their chance.
They will have their time. Trust me.
I just try to stay away from talking about injury. That's the only reason why, I'm just.
We gotta stay away from this RJ Barrett Hall of Fame narrative.
That's what we need to do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I cannot. I'm not backing off of that. We drafted him 3rd. I watched 17 wins. I watched Alfred Payton for 2 years next to RJ.
You also watch a 41 and 31 team also too. You gotta give credit.
You can't watch a RJ Barrett Hall of Fame season this year. Or in the coming years. See, that's a long-term process, my guy.
I know, and it started by making the playoffs. See, you gotta build your foundation. We got some
in year 3.
He's going to get better this year. All
yes,
right, so he's going to get better. But he is not going to be a Hall of Fame player this year. All right. And please don't expect him to be until he starts to show you that he can at least be an all-star player. Like, we got to get the levels first.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta. It's got to be a progression.
You know what I mean? Like, then we can talk about Hall of Fame, because that means that he's done it for multiple years. You know what I mean? Olympically, he's got a long way to go. He's got a long way to go. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I also know that he doesn't care about pressure. RJ is not the kind of guy that looks like pressure gets to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just
in clutch situations. It's gotten to him.
I'm not. That's not what I mean. Not on the court. I mean mentally.
Okay.
Mentally.
Yeah.
The mental thing. Yeah. He's got his issues. Hopefully, he gets those figured out this year. But mentally, he doesn't look like the kind of guy that gets rattled. He looks like the kind of guy that might actually, he wants to get you out of the situation. He just didn't last year. He just didn't have the talent to do it. He didn't have the practice to do it, which it looks like he's been putting a lot of time in. From what I've been hearing, I guess that he's been putting a lot of time in to fix those holes. So
he's got a new chest tattoo. I mean,
tattoos now.
He's got a big chest tattoo
now. Maybe get a little chin hair, some peach fuzz from him this year.
Watch the Olympics again. The kid looks 6'7", 220. He do not look like the same kid we drafted. He looks taller. He looks stronger.
But apparently he looks like a Hall of Famer.
Brother, give it time. Aiden, when you was in elementary, right?
Oh God.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard was a baby cub.
Yes.
Kawhi didn't average 16 points until year 4.
But growing up from elementary into middle school, I saw a progression.
Oh shit! Hold on. But did you see a Hall of Fame at all? Did you see
it's taken time. I didn't see it in year 3.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say one thing. If I take my 3-year-old son, right? Either or, 3-year-old, my 7-year-old, if I take either one of them, right? And I said, because I play basketball, they're gonna be great at basketball. Right? Mm-hmm. That is what? An expectation that I place on my child. He has no clue. He has no clue that I'm doing this to him.
Look at Magic Johnson's son, for Christ's sake. Man.
I am.
You want to talk about potential?
Let's not go there. We're not going to go there.
Oh my God!
But imagine I put that expectation on him. Now, I mean, in real life, my son better play some ball, or he's gonna have some problems. But anyway, that's just not what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be mad if he doesn't turn out to be an NBA player. That's every dad's goal of whatever sport his kid plays. I want him to make it to the highest level of doing that. So I don't gotta work anymore. So you take care of both of us. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But I'm not too mad at it. You can't put those expectations on just anybody. You gotta let time work its magic.
Yeah, but you're talking about Hall of Fame, right? You're talking about year 3 progression and stuff like that. So now you're talking about that like Hall of Fame. You're talking about something 10 years from now. What about 2021, 2022 season? You know what I'm saying? Progression, like Obi Toppin getting better, eventually becoming good, and all this other stuff. What about 2021 and 22?
Let's talk about now. I think
because it's not even just this season. We're talking about like 2 years right now because everybody's signed for 2 years. So in this little window right now, 2 years, like where is this team at right now?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna just say this before I go because my wife's probably waiting. I think I'm in trouble. But anyway,
I'm in trouble already.
I'm in trouble already. Well,
and I'll tell you what's holding us up. The RJ Barrett Hall of Fame. There it is.
We spent like 25 minutes on the RJ Hall of Fame. Right there.
I'm so sorry, fellas.
I think we're right outside the top 4. I think we're battling with the Hawks for the 5th seed. You know what I'm saying? 5th, 4th. Because I don't know. If I'm looking at the Nets, bearing health. The Nets, the Bucks, depending on what happens with the Sixers and the Heat, I would say might be the top 4 in the East right now. And I think we're right outside that group. We might even be mingling with the last, ladder of that team. Depending, just depending on how the chemistry goes. Now, I think the one thing that you guys might laugh, but I'm dead serious. The one thing that I will miss from last season is my man Theo Pinson. Shout out to Theo Pinson and everything.
You have to.
Shout out to Theo, man.
I think that bench is never gonna look the same. So
seeing him live, he was on the court more than Tibbs.
Yeah. Oh, you saw every time who's running back and forth from this side of the camera to that side of the camera. It was Theo Pinson. So those are the guys that I like to see. The bench guys, all 15 guys matter. Like they said during the season, the Big 15.
Big 15.
I'm excited for this team. I think they're gonna be good.
Pause.
Pause.
Because people out there saying that this year we got a bigger 15. Like, whoa, hey, what are we talking about here?
My man's, take it easy.
Got dice right here. You know what I'm saying? Bigger 15 over here.
Listen, man. I'm just saying. Look, the OGs. Respect to all OGs. The OG Knicks fans who seen the 70s Knicks, who seen all of the other Knicks teams, who watched the 90s Knicks. Y'all had a chance to enjoy Patrick Ewing. Mm-hmm. That's the number one overall pick.
And now we have to enjoy Hall of Famer RJ Barrett.
Yeah, damn right. So get your tape decks ready. Get ready because RJ Barrett. Watch. It's one Giannis. When I first laid eyes on Giannis, I never forgot. I said, "Yo, that man, he gonna be MVP." When I look at RJ Barrett,
he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
That's a Hall of Famer. Giannis a Hall of Famer. He's top 5 power forward all time. That's not debatable right now. To me, that ain't debatable. Top 5 power forward all time. So when I look at
top 5.
Yes, it's time. Yes,
so I think we need to do like a straight up power forward all time greatest on podcast, man. Because you don't think that Chris Webber is a top 10 power forward at least?
You might argue
no.
You might argue two. You might argue he's the second best all time.
All right.
Yes.
Oh,
besides Duncan is never going to be.
Get the Stitcher thing up. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's get the Stitcher thing up. No, let's get out of here.
The credits are rolling out. Oh my god.
They gave me the hook last night.
Good night, everybody.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh man, that was a good laugh. Oh man, but I'm definitely out of here, fellas. I'm about to do this overnight shift, man. Gotta get some extra bread, man. Y'all know how this go, man. Y'all know where to find us, man. Stitcher, Apple Podcast, Knicks Community, God Up Knicks.
I'm trying to get it.
Die Hard Knicks. It's stated in New York Knicks. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in, man. It's been nice talking to y'all, man. But we definitely gonna have to do this Power 4 podcast because Giannis
he's not number 2.
26, 2 MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. He just averaged 30 and 14 in the final. Really? And he didn't run from his team like KG.
Yeah. You can't argue with Giannis being at least number 2. Tim Duncan is probably number 1, and Giannis might be number 2 once because he has all the hardware. So it hurts me to say it. It hurts me to say it, but he probably might be the second best power forward.
And these are the situations. These are the conversations where it gets nippy because the hardware makes the player, and sometimes that doesn't always apply. But like I said, that's another podcast.
Another pod.
Another 3-hour podcast.
Another 3-hour. Dirk Nowitzki, Karl Malone. All right.
I'm taking Giannis over Dirk. With all due respect to Dirk. With all due respect, Giannis plays both sides of the ball. The man averaged 30 with no jump shot. Apollo.
Giannis beat
scary, bro.
Chris Paul. Giannis beat Chris Paul, Ayton, and Booker. Who did Nowitzki?
Barkley. Jordan beat Barkley.
Nah, bro.
Kevin Johnson.
Who did Nowitzki? This is all I want to know. Who Nowitzki get his ring on?
I think me and Eru just got the popcorn here in the corner.
LeBron James. I know.
LeBron James. Dwayne Wade. All right, cool. That's all.
Jordan beat Karl Malone. He beat John Stockton and them guys too. So, and he had to get through the Knicks through our greatest era.
Oh my God! Don't remind us of 1997, Pat Riley. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm out of here, man. Too much. Yeah, man. I'm out of here, man. Salute the man. Salute to the chat, man. Are we grading rings? You only grade Kevin Durant rings because he took off 2 years from my life. So that's the only person who rings I don't count. But everybody else, they cool.
State, man, it's always good, bro. We gotta do this again, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Very soon. Very soon.
Yes.
Check me out at the Guard Up Knicks podcast whenever you get a chance.
State of the New York Knicks.
That's it. Guard Up Knicks everywhere. Guard Up Knicks everywhere.
Peace, guys. Mr. Aiden, you want to say anything before you get out of here?
You know the deal at this point. Knicks community, Instagram, and Twitter. You know,
I'm outside.
Well, we're not from Miami. Yeah,
I'm not from Miami. I don't live in Colorado.
Oh man. Oh, we were outside today in this episode.
Yeah, man. I'm sweating my nuts off right now.
But,
Aiden, do you gotta, are you studying law? I think I might need a divorce lawyer after all these late night podcasts and stuff.
Oh man, call up state. That's
oh my God,
man. Crazy. Right, we gotta do it again very, very soon.
Yeah, no doubt, we definitely will. So anyway, peace guys. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Nothing But Knicks. This is the guy here, the pod father. Shout out to him, man. All due respect and all this. Yeah, man.
Gotta have you on the show, Sim. Hopefully, one of these days. I know you're a busy man, so I ain't even gonna press you. I'm gonna let you take it.
Man. Sometimes we got to keep things in the DMs, though. You know what I'm saying? This, we definitely have opportunities to do some big stuff. Leading up to next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon, man. Peace, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Knicks Podcast, Guard Up Knicks Podcast, Knicks Community Podcast, State of New York Knicks Podcast.
All the podcast.
Our RJ Hall of Famer podcast.
Oh my God. Make it stop. All right, guys. Watch your tone. Okay, everybody watch your tone. Okay, watch your tone.
Oh man. All right, I'll see you guys soon.
All right, man.
All right,
peace.